Mm-hmm.
Closed-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got a demo tape and don't nobody want to hear it, but it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.
Run! Just impede!
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Let me see in the chat real quick. Almanaz was popping. Ninja Cool, I see you. Was goody. My brother James in the building. VZ in the building. Fo, what up? Salute. Melly Mel was popping. Sean was goody. D Majesty in the building. Zeke in the building was popping.
What up, buzzing, bird flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Who's the Zeke in the building who gifted one? This might be risky membership, man. Whoever got blessed with it, please maintain it. Miss Bell, salute, was popping. Impress was goody. Impress putting in work. That's always a blessing. The second I see you, hope all is well. Call me Queen T in the building. Frederick was popping. Hope everything's everything. And Rand Shalawam Ak was goody. Like, share, subscribe. TC the Don in the building was good, my G. Marcus, salute, was popping. Hope everything's everything, man. Decatur, we see you. Perfect. Tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most, man. You see the title, man. What's your first thought, Mr. Fantastic? Let's get it popping, man.
Hey, man, what's up? Niggas gonna nigga, man.
I think it's a false equivalency when we try to draw a delineation between niggas and black people. Is it niggas up here right now or black people up here?
No, it's black. It's mostly black people with nigga tendencies.
Now, you already told me you was coming off of school and all that, right? But why is CP time a thing? Let's start there. We always late and we try to make it cool. What's cool about not being on time? What's cool about not being prepared? What's cool about not being ready? And how does that not correlate to where we are in the earth in terms of ranking?
That's all the things, man. That's culture. That's black culture. That's non-whiteness. That's cool. That's fucking that's Riz, that's swag, that's whatever. The fashion be late, all that bullshit. It's negativity, man. That's what it is.
Nigga activity, but that's the thing. Color people time, black people fashionably late. Like you said, it's bullshit. I think it's I'm not saying you doing it, but I think it's disingenuous when we try to say that's nigga shit and black shit, but black people do the nigga shit. Right? Because nigga shit is ignorance, right? Anybody can do ignorant shit. Black people stay doing nigga shit.
Yeah, but I think it's a delineation, right? You said so there's degrees of everything. So there's speeding, right? 5 miles over, and then there's reckless driving. I think it's 30 or over in most places. Yeah. So if you're here to where, every now and again and so on and so forth, but if that's the standard, I think that's where we start drawing the line, because black people understand you have to have a certain level of professionalism and things are going to be accepted or not, right? You can't get away with it, but niggas don't care. It never registers the niggas. They don't operate within that realm.
I know. I can't. What I'm saying is, and said, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't really tell the difference. There's too many of us with this poor behavior. Do we call it out?
We definitely don't hold each other accountable for a lot of bullshit. We'll just look past it and keep it moving and just put it on, that's him, or that's how he act overall. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from with it, but I don't think it's an overall thing with everybody, the totality of everyone, but it is an issue within our community specifically, for sure.
If it's an issue, then it got to be the majority at the very least, right? So, Tiff, if I'm not late, but I enable people to be late, am I not part of the problem?
You're part of the problem.
And then what about the motherfucker who's late? Is that the only nigga in the building, or I nigga too if I allow it?
It's two niggas in the building.
So why do we continue to do it? Why do we continue to justify lateness, right? I think the cliche, Granville, correct me if I'm wrong, if you on time, you late. What's the cliche? If you early, you on time. If you on time, you late.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did that not apply to black people or some shit?
They don't think so.
What you mean they? You nigga, ain't you?
They don't think so. Hey,
Hey, what?
I've
Hey,
been Mexican all
horses.
day. I might not be.
No, you
I
ain't
just might
Mexican
not
today.
be.
I'm
I
trying to
might
figure it
not
out.
be.
But what this is actually a microcosm is we acquiesce and make concessions to bullshit. And then wonder
That's a
Arnold.
fact.
Hold on, and then wonder why Arnold we got 2053 on the verge. God willing, I might still be here. Arnold, most high willing, you might still be here in 2053. That don't put a battery in our back, Arnold, to say we need to change our modus operandi. I'm bugging.
I don't think anybody taking 2053 serious other than the niggas that's using it to say that black people not doing good because of black women.
Oh, okay, but break it down for me more because maybe I need more edification. But it was introduced to me. That shit put me on my heels. I was taken aback by it. So, what's the truth in it? What's the lie in it? What's the exaggeration?
All right, but like I say, based on the rate that like the other races are separating from us,
Yeah.
right? At the rate that they're tracking, if that rate continues, we will never be able to catch up.
Okay.
Right? Yes, like we're gonna lose all straps out of our boots in 2053.
We say it. Sorry, said it was coughing or something. What'd you say?
I said we're gonna lose all the bootstraps out of our boots in 2053. Like it's gonna be a hill that we can't overcome now. If once it get there, based on the rate that we're separating right now.
Is that facetious? Are you being facetious? I can't tell.
I think it's bullshit.
Why?
Because they say bootstraps. If bootstraps is a thing right now, why wouldn't it be a thing in 2053?
You saying pull yourself up thing?
Yeah.
I guess the sentiment or based on the numbers, if people don't pull themselves up by their bootstraps before that we get to that point, there's going to be a point of no return.
Yeah, it's not bullshit. It's a
hold on, Mr. Fitz, I just want to because he edifying me. I'm trying to understand this totally. Go ahead.
So if we saying that there is a point, I believe that there's a point where we won't be able to pull ourselves up. Other people think that we've already reached that point.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
So no, it's not made up. This is actually economist Dr. Claude Anderson that came up with this calculation along with other CPAs, mathematicians, and different things, right? So he's been talking about this for quite some time. I don't know if you know the people. I don't know anyone that even saying that they think is over with now because like you said, most people don't even know about 2053, right? The permanent underclass thing. When you say it to them, it's news to them. So the problem is, and again, it'll be the majority, not all. It won't be all black people that are done, but to the point of the matter to where those that are struggling and can't get it together, yeah, for them it's pretty much over with.
Okay. Now, so Arnold made the distinction when he was talking about it. You said black people. Is there specific black people? Is it indeed about black women?
Well, black women are going to suffer because of their finance. So it's all based on finances. So it's based on financial practices and financial literacy.
Okay.
So right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So if their net worth is 0 to negative, right, and that doesn't change exponentially, you know what I'm saying, within the next 30 years or so, you feel me? That's what it's going to be. So if you have to where I think it's like 1.5 trillion and 1.8 trillion dollars in spending power, and most of that money is being spent on frivolous things, not on anything that builds wealth, right? That's what's going to happen.
Well, but I guess Arnold's sentiment. Arnold, please correct me if I'm wrong. Right? Is leverage like black women about to drag us down to 2053? And now, if you tell me it's about appreciating assets, the thing I think about is the fact that they buy houses and we ain't. So, are those appreciating assets, or is that not in the equation? I'm trying to understand this because that's what I'm saying, Mr. Fantastic. All this shit, I surmise, we don't take shit serious. We use things when we want to use them, right? They're not being applied effectively, and we really have no vision. We ain't even trying to like fix the shit. We just want to argue what we want to argue about, depending on the conversation. It's bullshit to me.
Okay, well,
I'm saying I'm just trying to understand.
I got you. I got you. I feel you. So the problem is this, right? And it's crazy how I didn't bring black women up this time, just for the record. Okay, I'm just
Arnold mentioned it. Arnold mentioned it.
I didn't bring it up. So the problem that happens is that black women put out a lot of misinformation or disinformation or half truths, right? So even though black women buy more houses than black men, they also have the highest rate in foreclosure, right? So and then they still aren't buying more houses than married people. Married black men and women are still the number one people that buy houses. You're just buying more than single men, which is going to be across the board. Again, black women are using something that applies to all women to shame black men, right? And despite them buying these houses, if you buy the house and then you can't keep it within the next 5 years or whatever, and it's back to the bank, is that you're not helping it.
Right, but when you say that, that's the minority.
That's the minority of what?
Who are getting foreclosed upon.
Yeah, it's the minority of those who getting foreclosed upon, but at the same time, they have the highest rate of any demographic. So what are we saying?
But when you say it, right,
and then
hold on.
Well, no. Well, still, then too, that they also have the smallest thing of buying not buying houses. I guess like they next to us or maybe Native Americans. They're also one of the smallest groups and demographics to buy houses. So it's not like it's white people, black women, or Asian people, black women. Black women may be a tier above us. So we're both at the bottom. So when we talk about it, right, they use it as a negative. Oh, you guys compare yourselves to the bottom and all this other shit. Well, so are you. So if you're second to last from the people that are buying houses, and you have one of women, you have the highest poverty rate next to, I think, Native Americans. What are we saying here? And furthermore, like you said, if this wealth isn't making it to the kids, to where the kids can keep the house and pass it down, or keep the house and turn it into more houses, what are we doing? If the woman's just buying a house for the sake of buying a house and she never teaches financial literacy, and then she's house poor, as we say, what's going on? One of the biggest issues and problems with gentrification is what? Meemaw and Pawpaw's house don't make it to the next generations because they just sell it off, or the state end up taking it because you're not paying the fucking property taxes. So what are we talking about?
That's not me. You just make that Meemaw and Grandpa problem.
Huh? No, I'm talking about the trend.
Line from the woman is not really leaving generational wealth because she's not teaching financial literacy, and the problem is that we losing Meemaw and Grandma house. Right, the black woman will end up being Meemaw and Grandma because she's the one with the house. Right, and since Meemaw and Grandpa didn't teach us financial literacy, we losing a house. Right, you equated those two.
So you didn't listen to the part I said otherwise. Meemaw and Pawpaw is still the married couples who are the majority of home buyers. So it's not just
the same shit.
Black women. Huh?
Sorry, they did the same thing.
No. What now? Are you saying that the level of financial literacy of married couples is the same as it was 20, 30 years ago?
I don't.
So the answer is no.
I've never really had a financial conversation
so the answer
within
is no.
my family.
No, so the answer is no. Whether you had it on yours, the answer is no, right?
So while we so what are we? You see? So what are we trying to get out of this, right? Because if they're getting foreclosed on, that's a minus for the community, right?
Yes.
And if they're buying assets that appreciate, right? Is there no value in that, right? You see how we angle things I'm trying to figure out what's the reason, So this part, Mr. Fantastic, it was mentioned, right? Black men are at the bottom, but at the live show, we were saying, but as long as we doing better than black women, that sound like we ain't taking shit serious. Because if we couple together largely, what the fuck is the bit? I was trying to keep this shit monetized. I'm cussing the most. Fucking with Arnold drinking. What's the benefit of these type of statements?
Well, no, black men aren't just doing better than black women. Like I said, black men still make more money than black women and all Hispanics. And Hispanics have a higher population than what we do. Hispanics have
saying that to say what?
Saying it to say like, why are we shitting on niggas? Like that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't understand how the black man not this, the black man not that, the black man not this. And if you compare this, it's always the niggas' fault and the niggas not doing shit. Well, hold on. It's got to be a loser, and y'all try to constantly make the straight black man the loser when that's not the case.
Who's trying to make? But Mr. Fantastic, this is what we asking, right? I went through Ricky Lake and that shit, right? On purpose today. I went through Ricky Lake. I went through fucking what's the nigga that looked like he about to die anytime soon? Montel Williams. Yeah, that
feelings.
right. And I'm trying to find these episodes, you know, where it's emphatic. And maybe I didn't do a good job of YouTubing, but I couldn't find it where the bashing was just all over the place, like it was continue to be said, you know. So now I'm trying to look for the benefits of the conversation that we having, right? And I'm not getting them. And I guess I'm trying to figure out who's saying specifically that we at the bottom, that black men ain't shit. Who's saying this? Is it all over the place?
Black. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Fantastic. Black female
Okay.
feminists are saying that.
Okay, what are we saying? So what do we say?
No,
I'm not.
I'm questioning. See, here's the thing. I'm not here with all the answers. I'm trying to do my due diligence based on what's being talked about. Maybe I just can't catch those channels. So, or I haven't caught them. So, Mufasa, are you saying that this is? Do you agree that this is the thing? Arnold agrees. Mr. Fantastic agrees. Right? I'm asking Mufasa because he's been on the internet longer than me, I think. And then I want to ask Jalen because she's been on the internet longer than me too. And we'll get to Callie.
I think it's a thing now, but I also think, I think we're missing a point here. We're kind of overblowing it, especially if we're talking about feminism. Yeah, it's a thing, but guess what? We still got to figure it out because, like Hamp said, we talking about getting together and getting assets. One thing we talk about, we said Mama and Peepaw House. You were talking about Mama and Peepaw. They're banking on us not getting together. They're banking on us not being able to get this relationship thing right. Now, we understand that the women got the feminism thing, but at the end of the day, we're going to have to either find a way around it or just accept that 2053 thing is coming because it ain't just them. It ain't just them. It's basically saying all of us as a group is going to have a net zero. And the best way to do it is to couple up. The best way to do it is to partner up. I mean, what better way? We know you can amass more with two than one. So if we want to beat this 2053 thing, we're going to have to find a way to make it work.
Okay. So I understand that, Mufas. We're actually going to get to a little bit more to that a little bit in a minute. Jalen, when you look at this statement, right, because we talked about it, the comparison is often against each other, right? Who we couple with, who we doing better than, you know what I mean? And I know as competitors, I know Said is a fierce competitor, right? Arnold is a fierce competitor, right? You see him, it's fantastic. He ain't afraid to do shit. When me and Mufasa was playing basketball, nigga, I was sore for it was fucking basketball, nigga. But you couldn't tell, right? So I never looked and said I'm doing better than the worst people, and therefore I applaud myself. I get thrown off by that shit. Go ahead, Jalen. What you think?
It's propaganda that we actively perpetuate and repeat to each other when we're angry or when we're trying to make a point to each other. That's the only time I really see it come up. I don't see it come up in a regular, calm, chill-ass conversation. I only see it come up when it's contentious or when you're trying to be contentious.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, right? If everything's roses and bubbles, ain't nobody arguing. You know what I mean? But if we have to talk about something that people may not like the outcomes in, it's going to be contentious. So that's just a part of life, right? To mine through something and get to the root. So does it have merit? Are the comparisons valid? Does somebody need to make a concession?
The comparisons aren't valid when we're all considered Black people when it comes to the data. When it comes to the 2053 hypothesis or whatever, when it comes to that probability, that includes all of us. All of our net worth is going to be zero, no matter how much money we make, because we're not accumulating wealth. We're not investing into our own communities to have any type of net worth. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's Black. All of us. So we can keep making comparisons all day, but I feel like they fall flat when they're counting all of us to be broke.
Callie, your thought. Hold on, Mr. Fantastic, before you rebut. Callie, your thoughts. What you think about all the comparisons you've been on the internet since sliced bread? So, what you think?
I think that oftentimes when you hear women saying, well, we're this or we're that, it's in response to what is being said about us that we're not, right? So a lot of the times when, that the thing that you were talking about as far as, well, you guys been talking about or shit sorry, you guys been popping your junk about black men for the last 40 years. Well, yeah, I grew up watching those shows, right? The Ricky Lake, the Oprah, and all that kind of stuff like that. I didn't receive that message. You know what I mean? So when I go online and I see, well, you guys been saying this, and you guys are, you know, X, Y, and Z negative attribute, then yeah, I'm going to be defensive, and I'm going to be like, well, no, because black women do this and black women do that. So that's how the separation starts from my purview, from what I see, right?
Okay.
Because when I first came online, there wasn't a bunch of female channels talking junk about black men. And of course, that was around the same time when I came on, when it was all this black pride and all this kind of stuff like that, right? We were all proud of black men, and we were, you know, defending black men against whatever injustices are going on outside. So when those type women come to the internet and they see that, then that's when you get this response.
Okay.
And I think it's gotten carried away from there.
Now, here's what I hear. I'm trying to figure out, and maybe this is an issue, trying to figure out who's implicated. Because what's said is it's a response, and you're saying, no, this is a response. I saw shows, right? But I saw it on interracial shows. So the people that were proponents of interracial dating and such would then have something negative to say about the other sex.
Right. And see, what I'm saying is that these shows and everything like that, we weren't. I think the majority of that negative propaganda was coming from. The majority of that negative propaganda about black men was not coming from us. It was coming from media. The vast majority of that stuff was coming from media. That's what I saw growing up.
Tiff, did we treat this stuff like stop snitching? Because here's the problem, right? If somebody bashing one of my brothers, whatever the case, I'm gonna say something about it. Somebody talking trash about said, and I'm standing there. Said, are you gonna feel some type of way?
Absolutely. You already know.
Does it look like I agree?
It looks like you're going right along with the program with me. So y'all one and the same.
So I'm just trying to figure out, right? If this is what's being said, right? There's media propagandizing it. There's, let's say, a minority of women that got big voices, right? And ain't nobody saying nothing. Does it go with the color people time shit? Are we enabling, allowing, and backing up by proxy of being silent?
I don't think it's silence, and I think that people are speaking up. I think there's a really large.
1 second, let me get a couple. Arnold is versed in this internet shit. Mufasa is versed, Granny's versed, Mr. Fantastic verse, right? So is it silence? Has it been silence?
Hell no.
Me?
No, I'm saying like the women either not saying nothing or being for it. Or have you guys seen the women saying no, that's bullshit about black men?
I think the majority of black
Hold on,
women.
Tiff. I want to get their answers and then you can respond in totality.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking a question, Granny. Have the women been silent?
They've been silent. If you got to go to majority been silent.
Okay.
A small minority may speak up, and then they get their ass whooped.
The majority that are speaking agree.
Exactly.
The majority that are speaking agree.
I thought you were talking. I thought you were talking about.
No, Granville, you said the same thing he said. He just said it different. He just said it different.
You're right. So that, I'm thinking the same. I'm saying not only were they not silent, they were for it. So they were promoting the propaganda, the negative propaganda.
They were complicit. They were real complicit.
Yeah, well, what I'm talking, I thought he was talking about supporting black men, defending black men.
You're saying you're right. You just said it.
You
different.
kind of flipped it back. Okay, let me add. I want to get it concise, and because Tiff got the floor, I just wanted to see because Tiff seemed like she been on the internet a little bit. Callie, Jalen, I just want to ask y'all, Mufasa, what have you seen? Have the women been silent, not speaking up against the propaganda? Have they been for it, like Mr. Fantastic and Arnold was saying? They were speaking up and agreeing. What have you seen?
I think they were complicit because they've all experienced relationships and they maybe can relate or a friend of something like this and they internalize things. So they, at the very least, they were complicit. Even if they were silent, they were complicit. Like Granville said, it was a minority. of women that were stepping up, you know, wholeheartedly. But like I said, I at least say they were complicit.
Okay. Go ahead, Tiff. So that's a sentiment from just a small panel. What's your thoughts?
It kind of makes me sad, and I can hear where the brothers are coming from. Um, I think that there are a number of black women that love black men, validate black men, and speak up for black men. And also, I don't think if somebody can relate, it doesn't make one bad experience the totality of all black men. I don't think that's a fair statement to make, and I don't think it's true. Loud voices, yes, but the majority, no.
So when you get when the brothers say what they've seen, what they've experienced, what's your response to them?
It makes me sad. It I think it's unfortunate that that's what you've been experiencing. Like I'm not gonna say it's not happening if that's their point of view.
Now let me ask you, because I'm not edified on this this community, right? I think Jalen may know about it. I'm sure Callie does. What is that place that you say you used to frequent? I forget the acronym.
BWE.
What's that stand for?
Black Women Empowerment.
And I remember you distinctly on the panel saying you spoke up for black men and something happened.
I am a mammy. I am a pick me. All of the things. I have a black son, so I am irrational. I have a black husband, so I'm a pick me. I just refuse to say all black men are bad, and I'm not writing all black men off. And if that's where other black women are, I'm not on that train, and I'm not.
Now let me ask you a question, right? Because your initial answer is contrary to what you're saying based on a predominantly female space.
No, that's one subsector. I also watch Black traditional wives.
I'm saying that I'm being very specific. You see you hear my language, yes. Right? That particular female space, right? You're saying, and so let me ask Jalen. Jalen, is that a large community?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. What's the other community that you're about to name, Tiff?
So you have like trad wives, traditional wives, the chefs. There's a whole movement. So
there's traditional wives. Is the BWE larger community than traditional wives?
For black women, no. No, it's BW. No, it's BW larger. Yes, it's larger than trad wife. Absolutely.
Exponentially so.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we couple that with what the brother saying, you see, this is a mixed panel, right? Mr. Fantastic and Turn on the AC generally don't agree, right? You and Arnold don't agree as much, right? You not to say y'all be beef, but y'all don't agree, right? Mr. Fantastic, politics or whatever the case is, right? Exactly. Mufasa look at this type. He look at court cases, traffic stops. He literally be analyzing shit with most of his mornings. And I don't know why he ain't get a better camera yet, but I ain't gonna bring it up no more. I ain't never seen a nigga with 100,000 views on a video had that camera. Right? Granville been up, around, down, supporting, spending money. These brothers said what they said. Right? You heard Granville in the Discord. What he was saying for black women, right? Y'all admit that Arnold is trying to do the right thing in terms of XYZ. You know? So you take that and then you couple it with your experience in a larger community than the traditional wives. I'm just wondering, how is your answer as such?
Because even within that,
sure,
within the BWE, you have a sixth of God. So there are large voices that are traditional wives that are for black men that they hold other black women accountable. There are, I'd say, one or two really large creators that they say vile shit about black men. And that's why I'm not there, because I find it to be vile.
Okay. So your retort is there's a couple women in that community that speak up and that therefore still mans your point, or is that woman considered an outlier in that community?
I don't think it's an outlier. I don't think
it's not a think thing. It's an objective, right? So you can assess 7 creators in your head right now. So now,
out of the 7, I would say the 5 are balanced. Like 5 are super balanced. 2 might be extremists. Out of the 7 that
it's not. And here's the thing. Let me baseline it. Right. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm not letting a lot of stuff slide tonight. We got to get through this conversation. So here's the thing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We always try to think that Real Housewives of Atlanta is the ghetto shit that we ain't. No, we exude the same behaviors. The extreme is the extreme, right? But there's a lot of room between bad behavior and extreme. You see? So we need to stop acting like the extremes is the only way that proves the point. Jalen, let me ask you: if you had 10 creators from DWE in your head, where do they lie? Because based on what Mr. Fantastic, Arnold, Mufasa, and Granville said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where out of the 10, where are they? And said, I'm just leaving you out because you're not on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Extreme.
10. Excuse me. Sorry, I misheard you. Out of the 10, how many are against black men to extreme? Like that gamut.
I'd say 90%.
So 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Callie.
Yeah,
the broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
I would have to agree.
Go ahead. Well,
But I would also say, where are we at in the conversation? Are we talking about how things came to be, or are we talking about what it is now? Because I know I said in my initial statement, I said how it came to be, and I said, and it's gotten out of control. It has escalated since then.
Yeah.
Because BWE is in comparison, it's a relatively new space.
You were saying it's a response, right? Even though that community is new. I think the issue is the men think it's a response, the women think it's a response. Something ain't right there.
It all depends on when you come into the conversation.
The YouTube.
The overall the YouTube comment. It all depends on when you come in, because these same people that would say this one particular content creator is against men, if you fast forward far enough or whatever like that, before they even was introduced to that person, they used to be pro-black male.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying?
You're only as good as your last game.
Yeah, she talking
right.
about
So that's why I was asking. So that's why I was asking. That's why I was saying it depends on when you come into the conversation. That's why you get all these different kind of opinions like that.
Okay, so you edifying us on the history, right? So I can respect that. Let me do this. Said, go ahead real quick, because I've seen you about to say something, and then I want to get Arnold and Mr. Fantastic, since they have more knowledge base than us, just from the internet standpoint.
Right, but so here's the thing. Even though I'm not an internet guy, internet person, I still see things. So when you look at how social media runs the world, when you see the whole black man bear thing, when you see the whole black men can't take their women to certain restaurants. So yeah, I'm not on the internet, but I'm still exposed to these things that are predominantly putting black men in a space of where they're not good enough, or they're not on the level of black women. You know what I mean? Like Cheesecake Factory, like it's a whole list, and it gets to the point where it makes it to the news. That means something.
Said, keep it right there. Put a pin in it right there, because saying, yo, my anecdotal, what I'm seeing in the earth, right? Regardless if I only been on the internet, because that's one of my main man, and he just riding with me. Feel me? He's saying I could see what they saying. Granville, is it gonna be quick? Because I gotta get Arnold.
The crazy part about it is normally we get pushback about these conversations not actually being outside of YouTube. He just debunked that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Arnold, and then Mr. Fantastic. Yes, sir. Understood, Granville.
Yeah. So I guess as far as the women's conversations versus the men's conversations, I'm saying, so if the point of the conversation is say, hey, we want reconciliation. Right, the black man is almost, you know what I'm saying, almost bowing down to say, I'm asking y'all to do this. Right, we have changed the rules to get y'all to do it. We're making concessions. But on the other side, they don't have a spirit of reconciliation. They don't, almost saying that they don't want anything from us. And the way these conversations are going.
Mr. Fantastic, I want to ask him a question, but it's gonna shift the conversation a little bit. So did you want to say something in regards to what you just heard regarding that BWE thing or whatever?
Yeah. So shout out to Callie and Jalen for being honest. Okay, because and to Callie's point, when your negative has lasted longer than your positive, it still wipes away the negative. So you don't like doing names, but in particular, the same, I'll just say the female content creator that said delete all black male babies is who she's referring to. She started out pro-black. She was going at the white folks. White folks hit her in the head. I guess she felt some type of way, so on and so forth. So then she turned, to the dark side, and she's been on that road ever since. Her evil arc lasted way longer than her positive arc, and it never had anything to do where black men were not supporting her or were going against her. She just decided one day, hey, either be it the bag or her own personal experience, all these different things, and her own trauma with her daddy that she talked about at length on the thing, and her poor decision making of becoming a baby mama number, I don't know what, as she say she hate niggas. But anyway, at the end of the day, there's way more of these women that are on the extreme negative part, and you cannot find me. You cannot. I got $100 for anybody that finds me the black male content creator that ever said abort black female babies or don't have black female children. Just show it to me. You will never find it.
So, okay, I understand that is probably the most egregious thing I've ever heard, right? Just generally speaking. I heard some egregious stuff, but that does sound crazy, right? Let me read these real quick and we continue the conversation. Salute. Who's that? Harrison?
What up, buzzin', bird, flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Salute to my brother Harrison in the building, who also came to Atlanta. Gifted one. This might be risky membership, man. Whoever got blessed with it, please maintain it. Salute, my G. I appreciate the $5 donation. Aaron with the $2 says, black people logic. I got mine. Better get yours. Aaron with the $2 says, how you say her name? Shahrazad Ali been telling black men before the internet. MC Heavy Tits with the $10 says, Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, Maury Montel, Jerry Springer showed the worst of anyone that would go on their shows. Let's not pretend there wasn't women on these shows that didn't know who baby daddy. And Maury made a $1 billion off that shit. Aaron with the $5 says, what came first? The book, The Black Man Guide to the Black Woman, or the Black Manosphere? Harrison, appreciate it.
What up, buzzin', bird, flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So I agree that is salacious as hell, right? That's probably as bad as it gets, right? But the sentiment that we need to mind through as we continue to say how unserious we are, right? And how we be BSing about everything is this part. I don't understand, right? And y'all edify me on this. Let's go with Said, Mufasa, and Tiff, all right? And then we'll go back around. The 300,000 jobs lost. And somebody edify me. Is that women? All of them? Is that what they worked out in terms of?
Yeah, they counted black women since 2025. Yeah.
318.
And I what throws me off, right? What gives me cause for pause is the fact that it's articulated like they separate. It's articulated like it's a black woman's issue. And I'm thinking 300,000 jobs lost in a community fucks that community up. But when it's being articulated, it's like black women, black women, black women. Now, this ain't as bad as delete male babies, right? This ain't even close. But when I'm hearing about shit that make us, I'm like, we don't take nothing serious. It's for the fact that we can have articulated like that's them by themselves and we ain't affected, like we don't need everybody money. Go ahead, Seth.
No, we definitely do. But so here's a problem. When you have black men trying to build families, trying to get with their women, trying to figure out how to fix the puzzle, the Rubik's Cube of the coupling and trying to get with our women is very difficult at times for a lot of black men, unfortunately. Because again, like I say, when you look at all the stereotypes, it's, oh, I got to be the 666, the 6 feet tall, the 6 figures, the this, that, and that. A lot of it comes from our community, unfortunately. So now you got people like on your show that are the young boys. It's like, I don't want to waste my time trying to get with the women. Why am I going to waste my time? Because they just not in my best interest for me to try to go with them. I'd rather be at home. What's it? The at-home husbands or whatever they would call themselves. So it's the house husbands. It's just a lot of things within our community that needs to be fixed and needs to be repaired. But I always say that we're only going to go as far as our women allow us to go until we can get our women on the same page as us and get it to build together, because it's a building together. It's not no, okay, man, just do everything. It's not a 50-50 thing. It's everybody giving 100% of whatever they got so that we can build our shit.
Go, Mufasa.
I think those 300,000 jobs is not a black woman thing. It's a black community thing. Nobody's asking out of those 318,000 jobs, how many of the women were married. See, we're not asking how it's affecting men. A lot of those are federal jobs outside that household. And we know what happens when you lose an income to a household with children in it. So even if they are single mothers or single people, you know, so we just automatically thinking that, hey, you know, I don't think we can take a hit like this. Now, I will say that we probably shouldn't be defending on the federal government to employ as many black women as we should. That's something as a community we got to work on. But at the end of the day, it's never good. It just can't be a black woman thing when we know that we're tied to them. And it's not just those black women. They got families. They could have husbands.
There's
We ain't
residual.
even asking. Yeah, we ain't even ask no questions.
So I called Tiff. Mr. Fantastic put his finger up with I guess you have a condensed retort or something you wanted to bring out or pull out.
Well, again, like I said, you got to understand, you guys can't have the pro-black thing and, you know, the purposeful structuring of this to hit minority. That's why they lost all these jobs. So black women were able to talk about the things said was talking about and taunt them having their jobs and men not making money and men not doing this because they had these jobs they literally couldn't lose until now. So now we have a whole paradigm shift that's going to happen over this next 10 to 20 years. And that's going to do a major shift of how everything's been working. But again, it's not that black men are celebrating. It's like black women been shitting on niggas this whole time. That's what y'all don't understand. The true response is black men to black women. It's never been black women to black men, because black men still, as said, have never talked shit about black women. Show me where black men said, we don't need black women. We don't need no women. We don't this, we don't that. We the mother and the father. We ain't never said that shit. So that's why I say it's disingenuous when you have these things and you try to rewrite history when it's right in front of your face.
Okay. Now, Tiff, you heard Mr. Fantastic retort, right? And I want everybody to understand that there's a large percent of the communication that is nonverbal, right? And so one thing I'm trying to read, Tiff, and then I want to go to Callie, Granny, and Jalen, right? Because the same questions on the table is said is crazy. Said that we're gonna go as far as our women, and you shook your head because he's saying couples matter, marriages matter, relationships matter. Everybody has to put in 100% for us to reach the plateau, right? Said
That's what you said. That's not.
Absolutely.
No, that's exactly what he
that's
said.
exactly what I said.
We are gonna
That's
go
exactly
as
what I
far as
said.
our women. He said, like, take us. I disagree with the verbiage, but I understand what he's saying. You need a family to do these things, right?
That's
and he
what-
said, let us, right? But we understand his point. And then he said after that, 100 is how people get to the precipice of things. So you did the same body language as you did what Mr. Fantastic was saying, as what Said was saying, but they said two totally different things, but got the same response, right? And this is what I mean. We ain't serious about shit. We not here to have a conversation. We just want to hear what we want to hear. And if we don't like it, we refute it, or we push it away, or we don't accept it, or we can't make a change. It's bullshit when we say we care about shit, but we can't have a real conversation. Go ahead, Tiff. You can respond to whatever you want to respond to.
Thanks. So yeah, I don't have to listen to foolishness and not have a response. I don't really deal with men that feel like women lead them. So when you say let us go, like I'm gonna reject that. But I'm a woman. Like you can't say you want submission, but then say we can only go so far as what you let me do, because then you put the woman in the power seat. I'm glad that Mufasa said what he said as far as taking those 300 and being considerate of the fact that some of those women are married and many of those women had children, and also how we can, going forward, not put ourselves in that position again. I am always going to probably have a physical tail, but I also don't play poker. I understand that. I heard what they said. I can appreciate you coming back and edifying what his point was supposed to be, but I know what I heard him say. So, to his point, when you edified it, yes, absolutely. To Fantastic's point of lording jobs, I don't know a bunch of women that were nana nana boo boo and I've got a job, nana nana boo boo, I've got a house. I don't know those kind of black women. So if that's what he's experienced, that's his experience. But I don't know a bunch of black women that are like, look at my job and look at my degree. And if
Okay,
that's the type of
condense it down.
I don't know.
Callie and
Go ahead.
Jalen, go ahead, right? And this is what I need, right? If you agree with Tiff, tell me why. If you disagree, tell me why.
I would say that I agree with Tiff to the point where women are lording jobs over men's heads. I think that is a loud minority that is online doing that. But when I go out into the earth, these women are working with their men and they are contributing to the household as well. To
Okay.
Mufasa's point, as far as those jobs also affecting the household, those
Okay.
women, some of those women were married as well, and
I
that
understand the
income
point.
also does that. Yeah.
Okay, I understand the point. Now, what about her disagreement or dismissal of what said?
I didn't take it as the same as she took it. I pretty much saw it the same way that you did. That yeah, just I'm a ramble, but I basically saw it the same way that you did.
Are you saying that
I didn't see it
the
as a
the the
contentious
the
thing.
the, the misinterpretation or misrepresentation for what he said is okay because people are allowed to misinterpret things?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm just saying
no.
that I didn't hear
Okay.
it the same way that she heard it. Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
it
but that.
as far as we're tied together, so we can only
Mhm.
progress as a people as far as the
That's
least common
exact.
denominator. Yeah.
Exactly, Callie. That's exactly what he said. So if it was Granville, right? Just maybe, and this may be because we got tight relationships, you wouldn't have used that soft language. So if it's an extreme misinterpretation, right? That now dirties the message that is inclusive of relationships and marriage. Why are you using soft language? Why you say no? That's a gross misrepresentation of what he said, and that there should be a concession there, right? This is what I'm saying. We don't take shit serious. We don't actually care because you can't let that live if the man didn't say that.
So was I supposed to? I mean, you
It's
okay?
just,
All
it's
right.
just direct like this,
Okay.
Callie. Like Tiff. That's not what he said. That's a gross misrepresentation. Once Ham edified and said agreed, that's what happened. Right? We have to address things, but we it's like we let so much bullshit fly. And that's what we were saying about being silent. Are you for it? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jalen.
Um, I would say I disagree about the fact that there aren't black women that talk about how they have higher paying jobs or a lot of degrees.
Mhm.
Um, I think those women talk a lot about how they can't find their match, and in that conversation, that's when it comes up that black men aren't being successful at the same pace as them. So I would have to say I disagree on that point.
So you would disagree with the point of black women touting or not touting their accomplishments?
Yeah, I would have to say I disagree. I do hear those women touting their accomplishments.
Over like black women, like black men, sorry, like Nana and a Boo Boo for real?
Obviously not Nan and a Boo
Yeah,
Boo,
yeah,
but
that's hyperbole, but you
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
So you're saying the majority, like from what you've heard, obviously, anecdotally speaking.
The majority of those women are frustrated that they cannot find their equal in a black man. Yes, they talk
But
about
is it
that.
the majority of women? I think is what the question is.
Well,
No, well, yeah, we don't.
I think they're
We're
talking
talking
about
about the ones that
the
lost their
black.
jobs. So you're talking about the 300 that lost their jobs will be federal jobs that will have stable things and higher incomes because of who they're working for, namely. So when we're talking about, we're not talking, of course, all black women because all black women don't make high amounts of money. But we know if you work in a
Okay,
government job, which is fired, they have a higher
I
income.
understood. Okay,
Well, yeah,
so
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Jalen is being right and
it's the
exact on the
majority of those women.
demographic that has that high earning, right, or
Yeah,
above average earning, or saying I'm the shit, this, that, and the third, and then this hit the fan, and now it's like, uh oh.
yeah.
Go ahead, Granny. And then Callie, you can hop back in if you want to clarify
Um,
any point, and then we'll go to Arnold because Arnold been chilling.
I was good suffering with the bad. I'm hell, nigga lost their job. They lost their job. It is what it is. Mufasa said did a good point though. They got some of them women were married. They got churn and they got husbands that they were supporting. So I'm gonna change my stance on it. I got a little heart for them.
So are you saying that you were a part of the crowd that was saying,
I wouldn't say I'm nigga. That's just reality to me though. That's reality.
Was it a shoulder shrug?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Because
I'm not a
niggas lose their job every day, B.
But part of it though, because we're talking about the government.
I want to make sure this right. I don't want to go too far, right? After Granville was done talking, I wanted to make sure because Callie kind of was trying to say something. He had enough decorum to kind of chill, so I want to make sure that she able to, unless she would like to relinquish the floor to say, and then we can go to Arnold and Miss Fantastic again.
I would say that whether we're talking about Black women in general or the Black women who earn those high-paying jobs and everything, I would still say that is a loud minority of women, very loud minority of women that will go ahead and do that nanny poo-poo stuff. But I don't think from what I see out in the earth, I don't see that as far as, those high-earning women that are like on that type of time.
You know what? This would be quick, Jalen, right? And I want to make sure I'll allow you to get in real quick, and I want to get said, and then Arnold been waiting patiently. I want to hear what he has to say on this particularly, right? The loud minority thing is starting to irk me because if a bunch of motherfuckers yelling over there, I'm thinking it's a bunch of motherfuckers yelling, right? If Arnold called me and I come outside and we at the club and it's a bunch of niggas standing over there, I'm like, Arnold, we gonna have to fight all them niggas. Even if it's 3 or 4 niggas being loud, I'm bugging.
No.
So that
amplification.
Yeah, and then they still standing there. You feel me? When we go over there, I said, hey man, back to back ain't gonna work, nigga. Go in the fetal position when we hit the ground, right? That's generally what happens. Go ahead, Jalen, and then we'll get set.
So I didn't take his question literal, Callie. I mean, yeah, the nanny poo poo. Yeah, obviously women ain't doing that shit. But the overall point of his question is: are there women in that bracket talking about how Black men are not at being successful at the same pace as them? And the answer should be yes.
Yeah, I never disagreed with that. Those women exist.
But you said it was a loud minority.
Right. I think it's a minority of women who do that. But but that's not saying that they don't exist. That's saying that they do exist, but I don't think it's the majority of them.
Let me jump into it. The point in this conversation, right?
Jalen, Arnold, you would have to ask Jalen.
Oh, my bad. You still going back and forth for Callie.
Yeah.
My fault.
My bad. I'm just going to make it as logical as possible. If you are a Black woman and you're making more than $150K a year and you're trying to be with a Black man and most of the Black men are not making $150K a year, you're going to have a frustration of that, right? Most of them making $150K a year are not just going to happily want to be with a Black man that is making a median income of $45K. Right? So if we're looking at this logically, the answer should be yes. There are those women that exist as a majority in that population.
God damn.
Yeah, they exist, but that does not mean that they are being basically assholes about it.
Okay.
You have to be a man.
Hold on. Fantastic. Let me ask you this, though.
Well, that's actually Arnold. It's actually Arnold, Granny.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. So what will make me believe that the rest of the women didn't believe the same thing is that when a woman says, I don't need a man, right, there should be that majority of women saying, why would you say some dumb shit like that? Right? We do need each other, right? Relationships are important. We should be doing what it takes to be together. What are the men saying? That's wrong. We could fix that. You can't listen better? You can't not get attitude? What else are they saying? You know, if it was a spirit of reconciliation in these conversations from what we're calling the majority, I would believe it. But when they say I don't need a man, that majority, right, is so silent that it's hard to believe that they're a majority.
I don't believe there's a spirit of reconciliation in these conversations at all on either side.
Right. So I'm saying that, think about it. How many times have you heard a woman say what she wants from a man in one of these conversations?
Mr. Broadcast.
I haven't.
Right. But I'm saying that my whole soapbox is to say what we're asking for these relationships to work. And men consistently say what the problem is and what they want in order for these relationships to work. There is no spirit of reconciliation of what women are saying they want from black men to make it work. It is a negative, 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 not a spirit of I want this to make it work.
Right. And what I'm saying is I don't see that spirit on either side. I don't see that spirit coming from y'all either.
Okay, so anecdotally speaking, when I tell the men we not asking for enough, right? When Arnold's saying, "Hey, we want cooperation," which compliance was a better word, I think we agreed on that conversation. I'm the only one, Callie, saying you need to ask for more than that. But the point is made because they're asking for something. That's his point. I'm just saying ask for more. You see, like they say, "Hey, cooperate with me. You could be uglier."
So are we talking about specifically here, or are we talking about the brotter conversation?
Overall.
Find videos where women are making a plea. Find where these conversations where women are making a plea to men.
I said I don't see it
with men.
Right. So it's hard for me to believe.
She don't see it on either side, Arnold.
Yeah, that's
not true. You can't say that because the men could tell you. Men can articulate, right, and build the premise and say, "Hey, this is what it looked like. No accountability. They do this. They do that. All you got to do is this." She gotta watch her mouth. And they got a bad attitude, right? And say, "Hey, if you just did this, this could work."
But if
the women are not having, I'm saying almost any of those conversations.
If she's opting out of somebody, then she's opted out. Like you're saying, you want cooperation with a person,
but she's not opting out.
Right.
No. All right, hold on, Arnold. Sorry, I don't want it to fall too far apart, right? So Callie is saying she don't see it at all, right? So her answer is a genuine answer because she's just saying she don't see it at all. You feel me? Which is why I could see why y'all kind of pivoted to talking to somebody else because she's saying I don't see nobody trying to reconcile. Regardless, y'all disagree. It's a legitimate response. You know what I'm saying? Now said was kind of waiting. Now said they may be slightly adjacent to what you were trying to say. So I'm trying to say something.
No, they good. But to just try to get Tiff to understand what I'm saying when I said allow the man. Yes, we the leaders. Yes, we are.
It was well understood. You don't have to re-explain yourself.
No. But it transitioned in segues with that situation.
I seen you block 350-pound men and put them in the dirt, and you ain't say sorry or apologize.
Cool. It's not a sorry thing. It's just a transition.
But this is the problem. Your point was clear, said. Right, your point. Was clear,
but I don't think it's not clear to her though. That's where the problem comes in.
No. She said she didn't like the verbiage you use because you can't say let. You can't say let. Right? Remember, she said you can't say let. It right. When you didn't talk about any about that, all you did was talk about how we need to be with each other and put in all we got to be successful. Right. So now let's continue the conversation. So here's what I'm gonna do. Right. And I hate the Tiff. Don't talk when I'm talking. Right. It's not worth it. So here's what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna make the decision to move on from that because that was clear. Okay. Arnold, restate your premise, and then we'll allow Tiff to respond to what you said.
So I guess us calling the women who are saying that they don't need men, or I don't want a man to make less than me, saying, "Oh, black men don't make enough." If those women were just a minority, right? We're saying that my way to track that would be the majority saying, "No, you sound dumb. You do need a man. Men are important for families. We should be doing whatever it takes to figure out how to make something work with a man." Because that's what it's going to take to rebuild the black community.
If relationships split at 50%, I am not going to then tell a woman, "Oh, well, he doesn't make as much and he's not what you want, but go ahead and just settle for him." No. Like you literally are saying you want people that are not a match, less desirable. We know that only 30% of black men are married. So there is a black man out there that makes the income that she wants, I'm for sure of it. I am so for sure that there are black men that make six figures that she can get around the right people and find somebody that she's an economic match with. Period. Point
Right,
blank.
but
She's
right,
in the
okay,
minority
but
and he's in the
Tiff, but
minority. They're
listen,
both
Tiff.
the minority of earners.
But right, but even in that conversation, you're not saying the thing
I'm
that
not saying what thing.
she may be part of the problem why she can't find the man that makes the money that she makes.
That's a different conversation. But what
It's,
her
it's the
I'm
same exact
not
because
saying
you
to
just
her,
said you
no.
100%
What
know
you
that the
just
man exists.
yes. And I can
Right? So
legitimately say to
your
her,
critique should not be to the man, it should be to her on being able
I
to find the man.
I just said that. Did I not say I am
You didn't
more
say that.
certain
You didn't say that. You said stop,
she's
don't
the minority
concede. You
and he's
said don't
the
give up. Tiff, listen.
Yeah, that's not what you
We
said.
understand. We look
minority.
so right on the
Don't
listen.
interject too
The,
much. It
the,
got to be
the
clean
factual
because
part.
here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm gonna say, Arnold. Right? I need direct responses to what's being asked. Right? The conversation has to be coherent. If it's not coherent, I'm gonna end it. If it got too many tangents, we ain't going that way. Restate what you said, Arnold, and we'll get a response to it. Period.
So what I'm saying is that if we agree, right, that there are enough men, at least a one-to-one match for that woman to pick from, and men in her income range,
Mm-hmm.
right, with the right thing to say to that woman is that, hey, part of your issue may be you. What are you doing for yourself and to yourself to be able to find that man and attach to him? Instead of saying don't lower your standards as if it's a man problem and not a her problem.
So you want me to tell a high earning, high achieving woman, you know what, girl, you're the issue. That's why you. Or I can say, where are you dating? What's the dating pool looking like? What access are you tapping into your network? Because if you're talking about strategically dating for things that she wants, I absolutely can coach to that. But what I'm not going to do is say settle for less, date outside of your market, or you know what, if you just a piece of a man is better than no man. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Right. So what the issue is as far as us not being serious about it. If
I'm
you
dead
really
ass
care,
serious.
you're
I'm
not dead ass
actually,
serious.
I'm
You're
dead
not.
and I care about.
If we
Hey, if
okay,
you were done speaking, so let him retort. Go ahead, Arnold.
if we were really serious about it and finding that woman who's a high earner to find a match, you will be telling her everything she needs to do to find that man. And it's not just going to the right golf club.
But
Right?
it's also
Because if she
not
go to the
trying
golf,
to
if she go to the golf club, find a man and still got a bad attitude that she had when she made 50 grand, he's not gonna want her. And then she's gonna come back and report and say, niggas ain't shit, I can't find a man. And then you're gonna say, go look at the cigar club.
So no,
She
no.
gonna come back and say the same thing. You're gonna say you should kind of go to car shows
All right,
So
for
continue.
high-end cars.
if she's saying men aren't anything, or she's saying, you know what, the dating market is trash. I make enough money comfortably. I'm opting out of this. I don't care to engage, and I don't want to be a part of this. And if
Why are
she's,
you killing the argument though?
I'm not killing the argument. He's asking me, and I'm
Because
responding.
you're going to the opt out part. You're going to the
I'm
opt
not
out
opting
part.
out. She has a right to
Arnold,
not settle,
Arnold,
and I'm
Arnold
not
is
going to
you.
tell a black woman to settle. I'm
But
not do that.
okay, I understand that completely. But you're basing everything on the income when Arnold's talking about the attitude of the person. It's the person,
But
not the income.
the first thing that he said was she has a bad attitude. How do you know she has a bad attitude? Why is that the assumption?
That's fair.
Because
fair.
what men report on why they don't stay with women, they talk about women's attitudes.
So
So if she finds
when
that man
women
or
report
has found that man and they are not together, there is a character and or attitude problem.
but what you said is why men don't stay. So what you are saying is then that woman indeed was partnerable and the man did not like her behavior and he left. So are we going to say to the man, you may not like her attitude, but you may have to put up with some things because for the state of the black family, y'all are going to have to figure out how to work on things? Is that your
No.
coaching?
I don't so and what my doctrine, what I believe is that we should not concede on character.
Okay.
And
But
why
I
would
think
he?
you
Hold, my bad.
well, I guess
that's it.
I want to ask Mr. Fantastic and Mufasa, right? because I got a couple more questions that I want to scroll across the bottom, right? If Granny, right, shrugged his shoulders and there was a level of, not saying he did this, but then there was a level of, see, told y'all shit stink, right? It's not conclusive that the woman's behavior is the reason why she's single now. Cause that sound like some woman shit.
Yeah.
That's literally the shit that we saying they do. They fall and niggas applaud. They businesses close and niggas applaud. They get foreclosed on and niggas applaud. That sound like coupling with a woman based on the allegations.
I guess so. We had the premise where you give advice, right? She doesn't take it, right? And then there's a failure after. You say, "Hey, I told you." So what's happening in this conversation is the men are saying, "Hey, this is how it goes," right? We see it. We doing the mathematics, and this is how it goes. And then it happens, or the woman says, "No, it's not. Watch me do it." Right? Better than your guidance. I'm gonna go on my own way and do it on my own. And then it happens, it plays out, and then there's a failure. Yeah. Right? She didn't want to be protected by the man's guidance. She said she had a better prescription, so she did what she wanted to do.
Okay, all right,
and it's not a protection. Let me just expound upon that.
I just want to make sure. Do y'all understand what Arnold is saying?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I understand.
I know you do. You're gonna expound on. I just want to make sure everybody else understand. Y'all understand what he's saying?
Nah, explain it.
So the separation, it was like they was on a high horse, getting that money with them jobs. Told y'all I don't need y'all niggas. Y'all niggas better step it up, right? And niggas just saying, nah, that I don't need the man shit ain't gonna fly, right? Because if I lose my job, my wife can, right? Mufasa be saying that shit all the time.
Help you weather the storm.
And vice versa. So that's what he kind of coupled. So go ahead, Mr. Fantastic. I want to give Mufasa. Mufasa was being patient, and he raised his finger maybe like 10 minutes ago. So I want to make sure we get that credit.
So the only thing I tweak about what Arnold said is not that they is that they didn't want it. They don't want to be under the leadership because what do we always have to? Oh, how is he a good leader? Black men aren't good leaders, but your baby daddy's good leaders. And to Tiff's point, I think there is 5 or 6 times more high earning black men than black women. There's way more 100K earners that are black men than black women. So there's this thing is she can't find a man on her level. Cap by every form and fucking standard. Like Arnold said, these women are unruly. They have this alpha woman mentality. I don't need no man. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do because I earn a lot of money. And as we know, the same thing. Now, Tiff's talking about how, I'm not gonna tell her to settle. But then when Arnold brought up the situation where, she didn't want to be cooperative, she didn't want to listen. So he needs to change because he just didn't want to accept. No, why would a man that's at the motherfucking top of the food chain accept the unbearable bitch, regardless of what money she make? Now, Tiff's willing for the woman to never settle, but she wants the man that makes even more than a woman, is at the same level as a woman, to just put up with a bitch. You see the ridiculousness here, and she don't even understand that's exactly what she said.
May I respond?
But that's all I got for now.
So,
okay.
No.
Mufasa, do you mind if Tiff responds to that? Because I know you've been waiting.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead.
Thank you. So fantastic. I'm glad that you made the point that there are plenty of black men that are within certain tax brackets that she can date. 2, this is what I'm going to say. When a woman feels safe, supported, and secure, I don't know too many women that give a ton of pushback that they're uncooperative. This man is bringing in the bacon, they're working and they're collaborating, and as partners, they're making it pop. I just don't see a bunch of women out here that are just unruly or uncooperative. I think what happens is you may be chasing down a woman that she's either out of your league or she's just not agreeable and she's non-dateable. But in mass, I don't see a bunch of women that get with men that they feel safe, supported, and secure that they give pushback to. I don't see it.
Go, Mufasa.
All right. One thing that I think that this shows us is, number one, we need to be humble. We really need to be humble. 300,000 jobs were just lost, and hopefully, we can see now that even if you earn a lot of money, it can be lost like that. Okay. And my thing is this: number one, we have to acknowledge that it is a lot of black women. 300,000. If 300,000 niggas got laid off, we be screaming too. So at the end of the day, it is us as a whole. And the thing is, but I think the women need to understand is that we need to be together regardless of how much money you make. It does not matter how much money you make. You need to be with your man. We still need to have families, even if he makes 75 or 80. If you make 150, guess what? Hey, y'all, because guess what? Times like this is when you need your man. So you can't always do it alone. You think you make the money that you're never gonna have to be in a bad situation. And what ends up happening is times like this, and now you need your man that's making $60,000-$70,000 to get you through. So we just got to be humble. We got to be humble and understand just because we're making the money, it's about building. Don't look down on somebody because they're not making what you make. But hey, get somebody to build with because they're gonna be with you in the hard times like right now.
This part right here, Miss Fantastic and Jalen and Granny specifically. When you look at the statistics, right, about unemployment, homeless, where do we as men reside?
I think black men are either at the top or second to the top, and it's you kind of read my mind, Hamp. That's what black women have threw in black men's face for I don't know how long. Y'all have the highest employment rates. Y'all ain't working, and y'all homeless. And they were nan and boo boo. They were ha 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 kiki, right? So this is the part I'm telling to where people that haven't been doing this, and shout out to Granville for saying this earlier, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all this shit again. The internet is real life. This is 2025, not 2005, not 85, not 45. Okay, the internet and real life are fucking synonymous. The internet is nothing but a microcosm of what's actually going on out here, and people are crazy enough to say it on the internet because you ain't got to worry about being punched in the face or being criticized and so on and so forth. This is where these fucking pockets and these ideologies are growing. This is how people really think. They're not trolling. So I've seen it because, bro, I wasn't on none of this shit 10, 15 years ago. Okay, I wasn't on none of this shit. I'm learning this. I had to have my eyes open to it and see it to where black women were literally everything negative that happens to black men. They were celebrating it. Hell, Kevin Samuels died. They celebrated it. Kobe died. They celebrated it. Fuck him. He didn't marry a black woman. Now that's this Hamp. You from this Hamp. I seen all of this shit real time, and you cannot show me the black male equivalent. That's the problem. My bad.
Well, no, I understand your sentiment. Your sentiment is painted, right? So I wasn't trying to cut your thought stream, but you said it. You know what I'm saying? Jalen, is there an expectation at all, Jalen, for someone to be the bigger person, or is get back only right?
There should be an expectation of someone being the bigger person, but it seems like people just want to revert to their corners.
The corners?
The gender corners.
So it's just tick for tat. Is that how you say it? Tit for tat.
Yeah, tit for tat. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying, B. Granny, I'm bugging. If I'm bugging, let me know. We don't take shit seriously because there ain't no way we the most unemployed, we the most homeless, and they saying and then they lose 320 jobs, and niggas saying, "See, I told you." That shit is like.
Zeke said something in the Discord earlier, nigga, and I'm gonna just remix it. Revenge ain't the Lord's when we on this earth, my nigga. It's ours, and we gonna get it any way we could get it. Flesh, dollar, whatever. It's tit for tat out here. You do it to me, you didn't say this, so I'm gonna say it to you. That's just how it is.
Well,
Hamp, I got one question because one thing that, and I asking Fantastic, it seems like it's the arrogance when people get money. And my question is, you don't see niggas who making $150,000, $200,000 being arrogant, acting like they big dog, telling niggas they broke, running up in their house. Now all of a sudden you the big dog because you making that 200,000 or 150,000. So when I think about niggas who do it, is it so far-fetched that women would do it too?
But that move on. We seeing it. We seeing it happen. And the reason why I interjected, Mr. Fantastic, because I wanted to see what Jalen was going to say. We seeing it happen. So the question sounds more rhetorical, Mufasa. We literally seeing it happen, and we can't pinpoint who started it, right? So it just looked like it just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? Nobody's willing to concede who started it, who didn't. Was it Ricky Lake and whatever? So that is literally happening in front of our eyes. But if you don't mind, I wanted to see what Jalen was going to say in response or along with what Granville had offered.
I forgot. Fuck.
Damn, it was something. Granville ended his sentence with maybe it was a tick for tack point. I ain't gonna try to belabor if we can't remember it. So
people out for them. You do it to me, I'm gonna do it to you. Eye for an eye, man.
I don't know.
They ain't humble with this shit. You laugh at me because I lose my job. You got divorced, so now it's your turn.
It ain't coming back to it.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, Granville.
So that's why I don't understand when the sentiment on the black male side of the spectrum of it being just solely on women. When y'all are doing something that you say that we do, the arrogance, the ego, the celebratory laugh when there's negative propaganda about black women, you do the same thing. It's a human thing to do when you feel like you got the one up on somebody. So to say it's just solely on black women is not true either.
It's nigga shit, Jalen.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
What Jalen's saying is true. That's nigga shit. To say, yo, man's in them when they up, when I'm down, they up. When they up, I'm down, and I'm celebrating this shit. That shit is nasty work.
But I don't see men as doing that though. That's where I see it differently.
They don't do it to women.
They might do it to men, but so with men are competitive. We know that. We done talked about that. Men are competitive. But when it comes to our women, it's like, okay, we've been telling y'all that they've been putting y'all in this position and y'all haven't been listening to us. Now they're taking it away from y'all and y'all losing it.
I have heard from.
I'll
say August. I'll say his name. I
No,
heard.
no. August ain't here.
Okay. Well, I've heard a man say himself that when he gets the opportunity to shit on somebody, he gonna do it.
Okay.
So you can't just say it's synonymous or just exclusively women because men admit all the time that you.
He said he gonna shit on somebody, so that's both. That's anybody.
Real quick. Said and Arnold both just said, and I'll let Arnold expound that men do it to men. They made that delineate that specification. Go ahead, Arnold, and then you can respond right after Jalen.
So I guess so. Right, the nigga shit is nigga shit as far as this is a bad thing about our culture, right? Mm-hmm. About the one up instead of pulling up. Yeah, right. That's right. So that's what we saying. We understand that. So we're saying that we are conceding that women are picking up this behavior from men, and what it's translating to is a dysfunction in relationships or potential relationships, because she's doing it to a man as a man would, but a man is not looking at a man as a romantic partner, right? She's saying I'm stunting on niggas, right? But then say I can't find a nigga, right? But it's a dichotomy. So I'm saying, hey, I'm up here stunting on niggas, and when I look out, I can't find no nigga that I can't stun on. That's what the problem is. The man is not saying, man, all these chicks be broke. I can't find no chick. That's not how it's going.
He's still looking for chick.
Okay. Yeah, you said yourself, just real quick. You say it all the time. A rich man to take a fine bitch from McDonald's every day, B. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
which I find issue with, but yeah.
It's the premise.
Yeah,
right?
they will do it. They will do it.
That shit, wow.
But
that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Men don't shit on women. It's literally this thing. But at the same time, I'll ask you, Hamp. Hey, if I motherfucking spit on your face or I punch you in the face every time I see you, once I'm down, you gonna help me?
You spit on me, it'd be hard pressed for me to help you.
That's what I'm saying. So now we telling black men to be Yahushua motherfucking incarnate, right? To be in the flesh, to forget everything that's been said, to forget all the treatment for decades now. Black men ain't shit, don't take care of your kids, you're broke, you're down low, you're all this shit. And now that black women down, now we got to motherfucking forgive and forget.
Okay.
Man,
I understand the sentiment. Jalen got the floor, then Callie.
So I never said that black men need to become Gandhi and not, understand that black women have said negative things about black men. I never said that. What I'm saying is you to what said to what said it's not just men doing it to other men, especially in a 2025 society where equal rights, equal lefts, a man always saying that, oh, well, women wanted equality. So you can't tell me that they're not doing it to women. If they believe that women fought for equality, so now I can equally shit on you.
That's a good point. That's
And
a
that's
fair
That's
point. Let Callie go. Let
where are
Callie
we
go.
seeing that?
We don't
that's
want
what
to. We don't. No, hold on. Hold on. Go ahead, Callie.
No, that's kind of where I was going with it, but that was a good point, definitely about the how it's the equal rights thing. Even that in and of itself, the equal rights thing is like is a tit for tat response to anything that we go on ahead and we suffer from, right? It's like, oh well, you're just like a man. So like I said, it's the I don't see reconciliation on either side because neither side is willing to see the other's point of view. So just because you guys don't see that there is rhetoric that is beating black women over the head, and you know what I'm saying, and it's not like these criticisms that are held towards black women. You guys are not trying to get with those women. So to say that it's not in a spirit of competition, I think is disingenuous. You're not trying to get with those women. Those are the women you have complaints about. You're not trying to get with them. You don't want them.
We do want them.
No, but you don't.
You don't.
We do.
You don't.
No,
Because
you don't.
We
Is
do.
it them
Well,
or is it is
let me
it
or
Because
Go ahead,
those
Amp.
hey,
Go
women.
ahead.
let me organize
We
it.
want them to fall in line. Go
Let
ahead,
me
my bad.
organize it. Yeah, yeah. Let me read these. We go to Arnold, Callie, excuse me, Arnold, Tiff, Granny, if you want to get in and said, and then I got two more questions that we will get to. We ain't gonna be here all night. Allow
okay?
with the 20 ball.
What up?
Wrong one.
Shit like that. Shit like
Yup,
that.
salute my G's and salute DJ Hamp and panel. What's popping? Ms. Val,
Like that.
Ms. Val, salute with the 20 ball says Tiff will not agree unless it's a woman's point of view. Mike Brown with the $5 says, I agree with said. I don't think the women are willing to pivot quick enough, i.e. 50-50, have to make certain amount, etc. Aaron with the $5 says, okay, okay, forget us as adults. The way we behaving today as the leaders to the kids, are they going to make it together or repeat our same shit or worse? Victim Olympics with the $2 says, I wish a motherfucker would try to tell me what I need. Mike Brown with the $2 says, even the married women are divisive. Aaron with the $2 says, higher earning black women be moving like Cersei from Game of Thrones, right? Yeah.
yes.
Oh my god.
Mercy.
Jay Jim with the $5 says, JSTJ 24/7 with her cute little head in the corner. No, that's Granville in the corner. JJ.
Yo,
Wow.
yo, yo, watch
MC Heavy Tits with a $10 says, I see plenty of black men that celebrate or say that's what she get when black women is deleted by a white man. It
Oh,
goes both ways.
yikes.
So Roos with the $10 says, stop the income talk. All y'all broke as fuck.
and you ball.
Homeboy with the $10 says, Shalom, great show. The conversation is needed. We all got work to do. Keep grinding. Y'all make sure I hit the like button, please. Aaron with the $2 says, if men are competitive, why poke the bear? Pause. Victim Olympics with the $5 says, my daddy said, quote, don't depend on nobody to feed you. Ellipsis. They can also starve you. Get your own shit. The 50 ball says Romans 12:19. Beloved, do not avenge yourselves, but rather give place to wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Like to subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Arnold, go ahead, and then I think Tiff wanted to say something.
I guess what I'm saying is that like the point Jalen making is nonsense. Saying, oh, like women doing it because of men, and say that men are saying, looking at women, saying, oh, you're not on my level. That is not the rhetoric that men are spewing at all towards women. That's not the complaint. That y'all not on my level. Y'all can't do this for me. Your mentality is not good enough to be with me. No man is coming on platforms talking like that. That's a woman's point of view, saying that, oh, if you can't earn as much as me, right? It's not even the income, it's your mentality. If you was a real boss, you would have figured out how to get this money. So don't tell me it's about money. It's not about money, it's your mentality. Men do not talk like that about women and put themselves over women based on income like that. That is not the rhetoric. So to say, oh, that we get it from the men, that is not how men talk about women.
I
You
disagree.
don't qualify for that, man.
Tiff, go.
So, one, what you're saying is not true. I don't hear a bunch of high earning women talking about you don't qualify for me. What I hear is I'm unwilling to settle. You are the king of cooperation and being peaceful. Again, I don't believe that income is stopping women from partnership. I definitely don't believe what Sid just said in the sense that we want y'all to humble yourselves. The humbling and wanting for people to make themselves small is weird, because a very competent man, regardless of his income, if he's assured of himself and he's able to say, I don't even make the 150, but we can navigate this money together, and I make you feel safe, supported, secure, and we're building together. I know many of Black women that will and have dated men that have less. That's just not a true statement. So what you're saying is not true. Now, the other thing is this. I have a real issue if you as a Black man are looking at me as a Black woman as your competition. We are peers. We're supposed to be together. Your competition is men outside of us. I'm not your competition. So why would you berate me when you should be competing with other men?
Hold on, fantastic. Who made the statement that men were in competition with Black women?
You legitimately said that's why they come back and say that, because of what the women say. We're competitive. I'm not the competition.
We talking about men versus men. We said that men don't do that to women.
And then you got the example of where, and even HAMP had to say, this is nasty work. How are we celebrating 300K Black women losing their job to where chaotic? No, it was people that celebrated, because if it didn't happen,
I told you so more so than a celebration. But
yeah, it's not a celebration.
I told you so. It's not celebrating.
But the thing is though, it conjures a similar feeling, right? And I'm saying feel, right? So if somebody say, my bad. Well, I'm just saying simply, right? If I'm fucked up and I said, nigga, I told you, nigga, like that don't help me. Now,
it don't help you,
but it's less egregious than you applauding, but it's egregious nonetheless.
And how long have I been telling you, Ham? Again, you got to understand this system, bro. Time, well, not specifically you, but like I said, the people watching, right? So time matters, okay? You can take a motherfucker shorten you or doing something for a day, maybe for a week, for a month. This is years. And again, now we get, and this ain't the talk, but y'all tomorrow when y'all had the pro-Black talk, or whenever y'all had a pro-Black talk, the system that kept the Black man down. Well, okay, part of keeping the Black man down was using the Black woman as a weapon and employing her over him. So now she's purposely been stacked up to the point of where he's had opportunities taken away from him, and he's had to still get it in regardless. And at the same point in time to where she's benefiting, she's shitting on Black men. So that's what I'm saying. It's not in competition or whatever. It's the point, in fact, of the matter that Black women say they're in competition. Black women are out here talking about some shit that, again, shit that applies to all women across the board, more educated. So all women are more educated than the men. All right. So that's what I'm saying. They always take these things and then misnomers. Black women make more money than Black men. That's a lie. Why would you even say it? That's competition. Hold on, Arnold. That's the propaganda we're talking about, where you're not only trying to make Black men look bad within the system, you're trying to make Black men look to the people on the outside. All this propaganda y'all talking about ain't within the group. It's outside of the group.
Damn, I think it's too far down now on this same shit, and ain't nobody gonna concede because these the same points. Jalen, Callie, and then I'm going to the next two questions.
Again,
don't worry about me if you want to go ahead and move on off of it.
Okay.
The propaganda is that any of this is a one-sided issue. That isn't. That's not a fact. That's a lie. Just like to say that black men saying that black women are the least desirable and yet y'all are the most wanted in other races of women, that's competition. That's shitting on a black woman. To say that none of her accolades matter, but yours matter, and she's a weaker vessel, so she doesn't need them anyway, that's competition. That's shitting on a black woman. Think logically. This isn't a one-sided issue. If it was, do you really think it would have gone on this long? Really? If it was a one-sided issue.
4 years?
Yeah, black. We only been talking.
You could literally pull up
Try
4 years?
15.
This long?
Black men
No,
only been.
it's longer than 4. No,
I
it's
don't want to
longer
be in
than 4
competition.
years.
No,
You
I'm a mute y'all.
Competition serious.
I'm a mute y'all as opposed to having to keep kind of clarify, right? The thing about it is what Jalen's stating is what is, right? The time comparison is less important. She's simply saying what's happening at this moment. The fact of, because I've heard that money don't matter, your degrees ain't shit, et cetera, right? Now, there's consideration to, does a degree turn a profit? I think that's a valuable conversation to have, right? But the shitting from what I heard, basket weaving and this, that, and the third does sound like it's talking down. And
Is
when
it
I
true though?
No. So
are those degrees,
that's not the issue.
well, but is it true? Doesn't mean that it's not shitting, right?
No,
So
It's not shitting.
So you're
It's a
saying-
response.
It's not shitting.
saying is if it's true, then it can't be shitting.
It's not
Wait,
shitting. It's a response to them saying that they have a higher value.
But it's a tick. But it's still. But Arnold, you're giving credence to tit for tat still.
no.
But I'm
The
saying
loss of the 300 job says it. The loss of the 300 job says it right there.
No, I'm
That
saying
your
that they-
degrees don't matter
I'm just-
according to us.
Oh, what
Not,
happened?
not even that. Hold on, just real quick. Not even that. Hemp, your earlier point. If you got the degree and it's in quote unquote basket weaving and it's not turning a profit and it's helping you being one of the most have the most college debt, what does it matter? So women are out here. The majority of degrees are the basket weaving degrees. The
That's
majority of degrees are
Not true.
bet money.
That's not the
No,
argument.
I don't agree with that.
That's not the. So here's the thing, and this is what I mean, right? When I'm saying that we don't really take shit serious. You see, because if I'm saying, hey, that degree doesn't turn a profit, right? I'm looking at the value as it pertains to what you paid versus what you can earn, right? But people doing work, you in college right now. The fact that people are doing it, getting through it, that's an accomplishment, right? But we ignore that fact, right? I think they do need redirection in what they go to school for because they're unable to turn a profit. But to redirect them, you got to articulate in a way in which they can be redirected. That's why I'm saying I don't know if we take shit seriously because we still got a couple. Hold on, last point. We still got a couple together, right? And who do we often couple together with? So then what does that degree mean to that household?
Yeah. So,
But
but the thing is, yeah. So the thing is, okay, we got a couple, but how do you redirect somebody that says they don't need you? Somebody just gave a super chat saying a man ain't gonna tell me what I need. So this is the answers are here in real time. All the shit that Jalen is talking about, we talk about desirability politics. Hey, according to black women, everybody want them. According to them, white men want them the most. According to them, they don't. Y'all keep saying tit for tat.
Point.
You're not taking
you missed my whole point.
Hey,
you're doing the title.
but he's not. I don't think he's denying the tit for tat part. He's saying, is it true?
Yeah, y'all want to call it tit for tat? It's easy to dismiss. Hold on, tit for tat is something easy to say to dismiss shit. And like you said, you agreed with the time earlier, but now when Arnold brought up the 4 years, black men only been talking for 4 strong years. This shit been going on for decades. So you don't get to tell niggas that been talking and finally fixing the problem. Yeah, remember what you said, right? Tiff, why are you talking while I'm talking? I didn't interrupt you at all. Whenever you interrupt me,
let's not have a conversation about the conversation. I think people understand decorum, and we don't need to correct anybody anymore about the unnecessary interjections. Everybody agrees, right? It messes up the flow. Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic, quickly. Then I want to get Arnold in, and I'm gonna pivot.
Yeah, so Hemp, the time definitely matters, man. Like I said, you can't say, okay, well, it's only been this amount of time when it's something of people being frustrated, and then we're actually speaking to the problem. Black men been quiet, been ain't shit, ain't can't, don't want for over 30 years, possibly even 40. Now that we finally got the mic and got something to say, oh, you niggas is tit for tat, and you niggas don't want to. No, it don't work that way, man. That's fucked up. And you can't tell the man to be a man, but then when a man finally starts speaking as a man, he need to shut the fuck up and just accept equal blame and go along to get along. No, that's not how it works.
Tiff, I don't want to. Right? If okay, so this one I'm gonna have to do then. I'm gonna have to just drop people down, right? So I'm just saying it now so nobody's surprised. Go ahead, Arnold.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not in agreement with the part about Fantastic saying that the reason that they're saying it is because the degree doesn't make money, right? I'm saying most college people who went to college, no matter what it's for, make more money versus people who didn't go to college. I'm saying that when women base their value right in the marketplace and say things like my job, my degree, even my house, right? None of that changes the man selection process. None of those things are going to put you in a field right with a better character woman and say I'm gonna pick you over the woman with character, with better character. That's what we're saying. We said we're not trying to shit on them. We're trying to paint a picture and frame it as that is not what is making us want to keep you around. Right. You're finding your value in those things, but that's not where we're finding value in you.
Yeah, so I've heard that argument. Go, Tiff.
So I'm legitimately listening to the conversation. I
Sure.
really am.
Okay.
And it just, I find it a bit disheartening, and also like it just seems super crazy to hear the weaponization. And you and I have had that degree conversation, even to the point where I understand what you're saying about getting degrees that have return on investment. I'm there with you. I'm not going to push back on that. However, my biggest concern is stop looking at me, a Black woman, as your competition. I am not competing with my husband. My husband, I'm his biggest cheerleader. You've seen this screen go black a couple of times. Why? Because he doesn't feel well. So I'm making tea, honey, soup.
Put his business out there. Salute the tone.
Yeah, I'm that part. And the parts where when I met him, I out earned him, but he had the character that Arnold is talking about. I am at the point now to where I don't have to work. So I don't know a lot of Black women that are successful, that when they meet men, that they again feel safe, supported, and secured, that they don't fall back. I don't know a bunch of Black women that want to carry the burden. I don't know that, and I don't find it to be true. If I ask Callie and if I ask Jalen, if I may, Jalen and Callie, when you meet men that you feel safe, supported, and secured, when they have certain things that they want as a man, are you pushing back on that? Are you trying to meet that expectation?
No, I'm not pushing back against that.
Jalen?
I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I do, depending on what's being asked of me.
Okay, so a little bit of pushback, but in general, if you feel like he's Team Jalen and he gives you some advice, and even though you might not see it, do you not take the advice, even if you may be a bit uncomfortable with it?
Sure.
I know, Tiff. I think I understand the point.
Right.
If he's Team Jalen, like what Seth was saying, that nigga ain't leading.
No, that's not true, because you
Team Jalen.
No, you are for your wife. You bought a $500 hair dryer that you didn't see
But it's my team.
It's working, but you are Team Dr. Watson. But Dr. Watson gets on DJ Hamp's program, but you are still your wife. So
it's my last name.
Exactly. So what she's asking for, you give. But whatever you expect, she meets.
What does a hair dryer have to do with anything?
The $500 hair dryer it's exorbitant. Some people may not see the value, but because you know that your wife was going to use it and utilize it, and that's what she wanted, then she was able to make that purchase. You may not see the benefit in her going to Pilates, or you talked about the jacket that she wraps around and drops, but
he got 18 women in his house. If she can blow dry, what are you talking?
She does everybody hair.
saying
That's
you're
all.
that's
still for a wife.
investment.
You're still for your wife. You're still on her team. She still has things outside of you that
But
Yeah,
she.
see,
can I share this
and
real
this is
quick?
the point. This is why. Remember when we were saying, hey, when you pinpointed on his verbiage, that verbiage throws off the point. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying? But
I
yeah,
hear you.
you know what I'm
Can I
saying.
share? Can I share this
But
real
you
quick?
are
Ham?
for your
Real
wife.
quick.
Let's share this, right? And then I want to get to this question. Matter of fact, I want to preface it, and then you can share it, and then we'll move on. All right.
Okay.
So, all right, go ahead, go ahead. What is this? Because I really don't want to stay here much longer.
So this is news one about just supporting what I said about black women earning more low paying degrees. Okay, they have like they're not overrepresented in the high paying degrees. They are overrepresented in the lower earning degrees. This is news one. It's a black. Y'all know this is a damn a black fucking what's the name that's saying this? So this ain't just some crazy motherfucker saying this shit.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the chat.
All right. So, in the degrees thing, I'm telling you, we ain't serious, man. You know what I mean? So this part, we talk about the black kid. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. We talk about the kids a lot, right? We talk about the kids a lot. Their behavior, lack thereof, right? We look at the percentage of women that have kids, right? Overwhelmingly, we prefer our own women, just like most people do, right? Our neighborhoods is fucked up. We got martial law in the neighborhoods and in the cities. You know, who is there to marry the fact that they have kids, right? And I just think we don't take shit seriously, honestly, when we saying fuck baby moms. What do the percentages look like, Mufasa? If we just dismiss the kids that have children, what's the reality in that? How can we make that make sense for the majority of our populace to be successful and in relationships and build communities, which is a group of families, not a group of single people?
We can't. We have to include those women in it. Now at the end of the day, I think we have to try to limit the baby mamas. We got to try to be in the community to try to limit it. But once they have children and they out here with these kids, you can't just throw them away. And guess what? They might be better options than women without kids sometimes. Because like we were just talking about the attitude. The attitude is number one. So if you get a woman with the exact attitude that you want, you might got to consider if she got one kid. That might be better for you than an unruly chick with no kids. You got to make that decision as a man. So you can't just throw it away.
Does the woman with no children have to consider the man the same with no children? Because he's a baby's father too, right?
We don't need to shift the angle. We don't need to shift the angle. This is the primary fault. And see, it's literally saying, fellas, what's a real consideration? Right? That's the question that's on the table. We don't need to shift it away from it because the mantra is don't date baby moms. Right? Or am I wrong? Is that the mantra?
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to discuss right now, right? The implication is on the information that we giving men, right? Telling men what to do and not to do when they prefer their own women, right? What do we honestly do with that percentage of women, especially when we talking about how bad these goddamn kids are? Like, how do we reconcile this? If we being serious?
Well, I don't think it's serious to tell men to take care of a problem that you did not make and take on a financial burden and take on being second in the gene pool, take on all of these negative things. I can't condone that. Hamp, would you let if Big Chug's 18 years old, let's jump in a time machine. You want Big Chug's first wife to be a baby mama? Already have kids?
No.
Or would you even suggest it? Would you not say, hey son, you can't find a woman that don't got no kids at all?
18? Yeah, I would say what you're saying.
Let's even jump to 30, or marrying age.
30? When most women have their first kid by 26?
Yeah.
And I'm still racist at this time?
Either or, however.
Well, no, I'm asking, right? And my race is the suffix ist prefer pertaining to, right?
Yes.
So So if that still applies right now, since I know all the information, since y'all gave me all the information, I have to tell him the truth about the situation. What's the likelihood?
Well, it's rare, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. So you're going to let your son accept being the second in the gene pool to when he's this young, strapping man that's made all the right decisions. He don't have no kids. He's purposely waited till marriage because of your, you know what I mean, your doctrine and your leadership. And his first wife is going to be somebody, or his wife is going to be somebody that's already given up her womb to somebody, and she's not no ex-wife now. She's a baby mama.
So here's the thing, right, about the doctrine, right? He's in charge of his destiny, right? He's making these decisions. So now he chooses to be a 30-year-old, now figuring out how to get a wife. Now he got to live with that decision that he waited so long.
That's the average age, huh? The average marrying age is 30.
I understand, but I'm saying that if he falls
board, though.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's not just us. It's not just us. 20 Asians are 28.
Yeah,
white people are like 29. So I mean, let's make it 28. Fuck it, let's make it 28. He's 28 years old.
Asians don't sweat. So yeah, what I'm saying is
they don't got no eyebrows either. I mean, eyelashes. They don't got eyelashes either. But go ahead.
See, why you keep it going? You don't got it right. And so what I'm simply saying is, right, you know these numbers, so he's getting edification on all of this, right? And so it would be imperative because of the behavior to get with a woman while you're young, right? So you can build it up and you don't have to worry about that body count significantly increasing or her having a kid. See, that's the edification, because I understand that he lives in this earth. Waiting is you shoot yourself in the foot by waiting.
But wouldn't it be edification of what we're doing now to try to keep that problem from happening for the men and the women as they get older? So if we're going forward in the time machine, we trying to fix it so that Chubb don't have to go through that. This is what we having these conversations about right now, to try to fix these issues in our community. Fuck all the Asian, white, whatever. We need to fix shit in our community so that now our kids don't have to deal with this shit that we're dealing with.
Okay. Now, are we? What are we recommending? We now see. We ain't recommending put your dick up. Right. We not recommending that. Right. We ain't so if the recommendation is gonna have to make sense. And so if we saying we can't physically do that, like it's damn near impossible.
But why we not recommending that? Why aren't we recommending that?
Let me just tell you what we're not recommending. We not recommending that, right? And we also see that when women get the freedom to have sex, they fucking like rabbits also. So now they have a natural proclivity to want to have sex, and it damn near rivals ours, right? Because we also say they get all these abortions, they get all these babies, and they get all these STDs. So what that tells me, if they like fucking too. So what?
Okay, but that's current.
It'll be done, right? So you see, I'm talking, I got a lot of energy, right? And so what he needs to do is get with a woman ASAP. Because of how perverse the world is. Go ahead.
You're not finishing. You're not. Hold up, said.
I got 6 kids, bro. I'll be finishing for sure.
It sound good. So we saying that, just find a woman early, right? As if to say the person who leaves the relationship, all right, or who says the man isn't good enough right now, it's not the woman. So right, so the whole conversation, right? You were doing a semi-platitude. Okay. Find a woman, right? For what finding a woman means at that young age, you're gonna need to have the best job you can, trying to make as much money as you can to be able to establish a household at a young age, right? Because you have to be stable, because women value that, right? The provision part of it, that has to be intact in order for it to work at that young age.
For the youngins?
For the young age. If you're saying you want it to work, because we're saying that, unless you're saying that the reason it's not working is just the man is choosing to opt out of relationships from being 18 to 30. Right? We're saying that women are saying that there are things that they are not liking about men during that period.
You didn't jump in a time capsule with us.
But yeah, that's what Arnold. Yeah, we're trying to fix it now.
Arnold, it's a thing. No. We in a time capsule, right? Talking about Big Chuck. Have you seen him? That nigga got like brownish, reddish hair. He got like. And then Mr. Fantastic said he was strapping. Guess what? They go for looks first, just like we do, and they've been lying about that shit. So now
they still leaving the niggas.
So now Chug got options. So now that he got option at a young age, he ain't like me or you, Arnold. We fours, nigga. We had to build. We had to be cool and shit, be funny and all that. Mr. Fantastic said the nigga was strapping.
But I'm saying that even in that context, that lifestyle has a runway. The pretty boy nigga that make less than his wife is a rare situation that lasts. It's cool. We know it happened. Niggas is not paying the fuck. But how long is a woman about to carry the load in a relationship?
Why is that the jacket though? Why is
that's why they're choosing to leave, because they don't like that.
Choosing to leave what, Arnold?
The relationship.
Not in their 20s.
Because you say he needs to get married to prevent himself from being with a baby mama.
Well, yeah, that's what he's gonna find the woman, right? Be purposeful and intentional, right? As opposed to doing what I was doing. And then he avoids those. But if you turn 30 and start looking for a woman, you have to be realistic when that time
right, and
comes.
I'm saying that you're not completing saying the having the conversation with, no, you're not having the conversation with the prescription. Good. Right, because you also have to say you're going to have to establish yourself financially at an early age to accomplish that.
But that part, right? Because people are getting married after damn near after law school, right? So now people have been establishing themselves upwards of 6 years, right? But if you get there in the beginning, right, you are putting a jacket on that I don't know if we can prove.
What do you mean?
Like the women are saying, you got to make all this money at 22.
No, right. So look, hey, hold up. Even for Tiff and your married panel, right? They'll say that the money didn't matter, but dollar for dollar, every one of them niggas ended up making a lot of money.
Oh, because we were partnered. We grew together. What are you talking about?
Oh, you talking about on the married panel?
If it didn't matter, if it was just about character, where are those examples?
But they 40 though, Arnold. Everybody on the panel was 40.
Oh no, but everybody 40. The woman is 42. It's a 40-year-old woman at my job.
40 also.
That make more than me.
Okay.
Right. So just because they're 40 don't mean the man automatically makes more than the woman.
So
right. So to act like the money don't matter and that's a forever thing is facetious. Because every example y'all had, the man ended up making more money.
But they're old though. Everybody on that panel is old.
Those women are still in the job market.
Yeah, let me.
No. I'm saying, give me the. I understand that they're old, whatever. Give me the example.
Yeah, I can mention it. Right? What he's saying is, we know you at your lowest earning in your earlier years, Hamp, is what he's saying.
Right.
That's true.
You're not going to be able to support a family more likely than not, and you go to school, go to college, get a degree, and support and start a family in your pre-25. Also, if you look at the statistics, if you get married before 25, that has a whole lot less likelihood of being successful. Regardless of your prescriptions, I understand that was what he thought, but still, just going by the stats, if you get married before 25, those marriages are less successful. And then you couple that with the finding yourself, discovering who you really are as a human being, earnings, all these different things. So Arnold's writing exactly what he's saying.
He's not wrong, Mr. Fantastic, nor are you, right? But the issue that is being argued is the baby mama thing, right? So based on what's happening in the earth, this is my recommendation to avoid that. When you turn 30, the likelihood for her not to have a baby is much less. That's what's in contention, right? Okay. We understand that relationships young can be tough. Feel me? But that's what we're arguing. So now when he turns 32, feel me? Because we get married at 31.8, right? The likelihood is high. So I'm like, yo, Sean, you can't be that rigid because the options are less. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and now we got to talk about the even outside of we have to couple that with the women, black women's desire to be married. The only demographic that has a higher divorce rate than a marriage rate. So now you're telling him, find a woman that wants to be married. That's going to be, there's going to be 29% or less, right? And then accept the woman that you do happen to find and want to marry you out of that 29%. Instead of getting one that doesn't have a kid, you have to take serious considerations of taking one with a kid. No, I can't subscribe to that, and I don't think you would either, bro.
But what you're saying doesn't make sense.
And she's likely to divorce you, right? Those things.
And 50% chance or better as time progresses that she's going to leave you. So
Okay,
yeah,
I
no.
understand. I have a reply, but go ahead, Tiff, and then let's go down.
No, because
Matter of fact, let's get Mufasa after Tiff, then let's get the
okay.
ladies, and then we'll go to Seth. Big Seth.
I'm just trying to make it make sense because if they have a higher divorce rate, then it means the desire to be married is there. Now, can they maintain the marriage is something different, but there clearly is a desire to be married. You just said they don't want to be married, but the divorce rate is higher, which means she got married. Now, did she maintain the marriage? That's something different. But the desire for marriage is there. If you're saying we need more skills and more realistic expectations in marriage, I can give you that. But the desire to be married is there.
Are you done? I don't want to cut you off. Let me quick rebuttal. So what that means, Tiff, is that you're no longer getting married, but you're getting more divorced. So no, it actually tells you exactly what I said. There is no desire to get married because the women that are still married are getting divorced, and more women are not getting married. They're not. There are more divorces than new marriages. So it literally says the opposite of what you're saying.
That's true in 2025 because didn't we have a conversation where we saw that the marriage rate was indeed going up? So what stats are you? Because we know you love the stats.
It's still
So
29%. And black women are still the only demographic that has a higher divorce rate than marriage rate.
Hamp, it's been about a year and a half since me and him. We need to have a conversation. I'd like to talk to him about the job rate. I'd also like to have a conversation about the divorce numbers.
I'm in the middle of a show.
And I'm just saying, schedule it. Rack it up. He gonna show up anyway.
Put it in private chat.
Gotcha.
So, okay, and I mean, I'm just looking at the state of our community, right? And I don't know I'm just looking at real considerations, right? Because ain't nobody married, right? We married what 6 percentage points higher, right? And then we look at the other people, the other people that we always say are on high, but they're also largely married. And I understand that those Asian men probably don't have to date baby moms, but the state of our community is as such. And 2053 is still coming, whether we like it, receive it, expect it, or believe it or not, right? Seemingly. And so what do we do? The fact that we don't have couples, we don't have married people. To discard that demographic doesn't make sense if we want to be successful. So do we just say fuck it? That's what I'm asking.
No, that's not what's going on in real life.
Nah, we can't just say fuck it. You know, and let's be honest, we got to tell them, look, we understand what the average age to get married, but if you want to be above average, you're gonna have to do it earlier. You can't wait till she's been out here 5 to 6, 7 years, had all of these people y'all crying about body count. Guess what? Us as men, and see, this is the problem, Hamp. We got to make the sacrifice to marry them earlier. If you decide you want a legacy, if you want to have children, you got to get married earlier. And I think it's disingenuous, especially us older men who've already been married and had our kids in wedlock, to tell young guys not to do it. If you want a family, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do this in wedlock. We can't say be more baby daddies.
Well,
right?
Mufasa, but what we are addressing, right, is how bad the kids are, how they don't have no guidance, right? We got all this shit happening. We got women out here that have kids, right? And we want to try to not meet the demise of 2053 by being a permanent underclass, right? The people that we always talk about are doing so well are also largely married. So what is really in front of us? What are we really saying? And then here's the weakness that we show. But if Bernice Burgos come a calling though,
hey,
her kid's my age, and niggas still going. See, that shit, it don't reconcile well with me.
Well, I think it reconciles.
I understand why niggas saying that, but don't sit well. Go ahead.
Well, how much do you think shotgun marriages will work between now and 2053? If your ass get her pregnant, you marry her.
Won't work.
Just from here on.
Won't work. Ain't no daddies there. Daddies were the progenitor.
No, hold on.
Marriages.
But this the problem, Fantastic. You niggas won't do it. So why don't y'all just say fuck the community? Because you won't marry the woman that you get pregnant. First woman you get pregnant, marry her and take it serious. But y'all don't want to do it.
Yeah, so that's the problem again. And so what you guys are asking black men to do is to do something again that no other group of men are doing, even the best people with the highest marriage rates. So we're going to tell black men to get married earlier to the most unmarriageable and least marriage-minded women with the most kids out of it. That is again.
Hold on. Early before they have kids.
Well, again, even if you
I'm
say
not saying.
hold on, black women still have the most kids at the earlier ages. So either way it go, even still, he's still at a disadvantage compared to other demographics of men. It's by 26, not at 26. So they have their first kid by 26, which means even before 18. Hold on. Even before 18, okay? But we'll just say adult age and so on and so forth. So even though it's not as many as 26 and above, it's still a substantial number and leading than any other group.
That's fine, fantastic. Those two need to get married. The ones that had the baby. If we stop them and say y'all get married, y'all stay together, but it's like we don't want to do it. We know that's what's best. We know that's what's best.
I wouldn't fight that, Mufasa. But again, like I said, I'm just going by your concept of the shotgun marriage. The shotgun marriage was something that was introduced by force by the fathers. If you have a fatherless boy and a fatherless girl that get together, that there's nobody to be there for that girl to make, you know what I'm saying? Even though I would agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, there's nobody to hold the shotgun. Go ahead.
Yeah, ain't no shotgun. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
This is what I'm hearing, and this is how unserious that we are. So no to stepdaddies. There's no man in the house, so that's a complaint as well. Then we champion and vote for people who cut mentor programs and things like that. We cut those programs, and then we toss it over the shoulder like that's not supposed to be a real thing, and that's not that's helping out black women. That's bailing them out. You know, you talk about it in that kind of attitude. It's all circular. It's literally an Ouroboros. You're eating your own tail. You don't want a solution. It just sounds like all you want to do is just pop shit.
No. The solution with and the sad part about it. My bad. Were you done?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So the solution, and sadly, people don't want to say this, is there's going to have to be a generation that's just thrown away. That's the evil, ugly truth about it. The women y'all talking about saving are going to have to be the women that are left the fuck alone. Their daughters, on the other hand, are going to have to be exactly what Hamp's talking about, exactly what Mufasa's talking about. This generation of women that are already adults, they're cooked. It's over with. If she's over 30, done. Get her out of here. She don't want to be married. She don't want to do anything or whatever, so on and so forth. La la la. You have to start though with these other things, and these women are not going to. You're again, we're asking black men to do the damn near impossible. Everybody is who they is by the time we 30. Can we agree? You are who you are at 30.
Nope.
So you're 30. You already had kids. You don't need no man. Whatever your mentality may be, so on and so forth. So now we're talking about single, childless, successful black men. Take on these problematic women, make them your wives, and make this shit work. That's fucked up, bro.
Okay.
Fair. It's fucked up.
Okay.
But at the same time, you're talking to these young 20-year-old men and telling them, don't get married right now. Go out there and enjoy your 20s, and then go ahead and get serious. Not you specifically, but I'm talking about the overall message that they're getting. It's not to go ahead and settle down in their 20s. It's not to go on ahead and start thinking about family and everything like that. It's to go ahead and have fun and then think about it when you turn 30.
Well, no. I'm saying what I agree with Mufasa and Hamp, right? But I'm going by the statistics that say if you get married before 25, that actually heightens your chance of not fucking surviving a marriage, right? So if we're talking about getting marriage minded and being serious in a relationship, I guess. But now you're setting them up for just as much of a failure if you're telling 20-year-olds to get married. That's not going to work.
So how much is the failure after the 25 when they're already into 30? Now you're telling them, well, don't even do it because she's probably going to have a kid by now.
Well, no, so that's what I'm saying. My thing would be if you are a single, and this is me talking about single men that don't have kids, okay? Or two people, if both of y'all got a kid Get together, make it work. I am not. I don't ever qualify this for men with children saying they don't deal with women with children. Let me be clear on that. I've always stood on that. That's ridiculous to me. Somehow, some way though, who says that? Who says that they don't want to deal with somebody that's got kids already? A woman that's got kids. So that's another part that you guys aren't. That's what I'm saying. We the niggas got to fix this, but the niggas got the most hoops to jump through, the most puzzles, the conundrums to figure out, the most maneuvering, the most sacrifices, the most compromises. That's what and I know this man shit come with that, right? But bruh, no, man. Come on. Listen.
We understand the sentiment. I want to make sure Callie, are you finished? Like we understand the sentiment, so we don't have to, re-articulate a bunch of times. What is the go ahead?
It's still an Ouroboros. Because then at the same time we're gonna say, okay, you're saying there's gonna have to be a generation of people that we throw away. We're throwing away multiple generations, and the cycle will continue. It's not just one; it's been many over the last 40 years, and now you're talking about throwing away another generation. So because those kids growing up are not going to have fathers because you're telling them don't be a step dummy.
If we were serious about these conversations, there would need to be a like statements to both sides, right? For the men say, hey, this is what it's going to look like if you wait till 30, right? So you need to make sure you understand that and are conscious going into that. And women saying, if we're serious about relationships, if you are going to be with kids, you're going to need to compensate for that negative in your jacket, right? Because when I first heard the word jacket, right, I watched like crime films. The jacket is all the crimes you commit, all the negatives you got going. So if you're saying you got, say, baby mama over 30, got a bad attitude, right? That's a jacket when you put all that stuff together. If we saying if you just a baby mama and you just the most pleasant woman in the world, nobody's going to argue with that dude about choosing you. But if you think that you don't need to make any concessions as a baby mama, then there's a problem there. Okay. If you don't think that you need to change anything, and you think that you're just the same equal woman to everybody else, then that's where the problem is.
Okay, so are you saying, right, behavior needs to change dramatically if you have a child? In which case,
need to compensate.
In which case, if you choose to wait till later, the likelihood that she has a baby exponentially increases. Are you saying you accept that, but she got to make sure that she got the behavior of a nun, damn near?
Yes.
Yeah, she need to be damn near perfect.
Right, because now I got to make an assessment. Why am I staying?
But is that the same if he has a child?
It's that, but women don't do the math like that. That's just a fact. They'll
I'm asking you.
Their math isn't the same. But again, that let's stay right here, right? Because this is the focus on B. Our recommendation, Mufasa, is men don't fuck with baby mamas, right? And then we complain about the kids too. See, that part ain't even being included in this shit. Men make an impact on young boys, right? The issue is that our impact is acute because they got to go home to a fatherless home. Right? Mr. Fantastic said you can give back, but then you got to overcome everything they're going through. So that's why I want to stay right here. Go ahead, Arn, will you finish?
Yeah, I'm just saying that they got to be consideration for the compensation. And I think if we being serious about these conversations, where are those conversations from women being conscious of that? saying the thing, if we're going to be serious about the conversation, or is it just trying to make sure we say, is men the same? Is baby daddies is bad too? Right. And not saying, right. Then, because we understand, hey, bro, if you already got kids, you got to also be able to make sure this next household that you create is going to be intact. You're not going to just do the same shit over again. But we understand that men are not the primary caretakers. So the math on the situation is not the same. Yeah. It's chicks that got dudes as baby daddies that have never seen their kids. Ever. in their whole relationship.
But that guy's the problem. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like I said, you have to.
For who?
Yeah, but even the girl with kids, it'd be better for you to deal with a guy with kids. Those groups need to stay together.
Why? Tell me why. Tell me how him having kids helps the relationship.
Because he's already a father. You already saying the guy with no kids don't need to deal with her.
No.
She only gets guys with kids.
But Mufasa, you're saying people that have kids should couple.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not in contention. It's the disparity. So there's already 2 million more of them, right? Is the stat still correct with 12% more of them have kids also?
Yes.
So that's what we got to try to figure out. That's a pool of people.
And then HAMP, we know over half of them have multiple kids by multiple men. So look at what we asking black men to do, and not just black men.
Damn.
I mean, but fantastic. Don't you think at that point they're unmarriageable? Huh? At that point, when you got 3 baby daddies and all, at that point, most men look at that as that's unmarriageable at that point.
But Mufasa, we having the conversation. Y'all said we got to take on the baby mamas.
But it depends on how many kids it is.
Listen, Mufasa said it again. Mufasa, for the black women that are mothers, 60% of them have children by multiple men. 60%. So that means more than half. So now we're telling black man that has no lineage, he ain't made one fucking child out of his ball sack, to consider 60% of these women that have kids by multiple men, which we know majority of them have never been married. So they baby mamas. And again, let me be clear. HAMP, let's make this delineation this clear. HAMP, we say baby mamas, we mean baby mama. She ain't never been married. We ain't talking about divorcees, okay? We talking about baby mamas. So that's what I keep trying to focus on, y'all, to understand what we're telling black men you have to fix. And that shit, bro, is the worst shit sandwich ever.
If that 60% number stand up, then it's a whole bunch of conversations that get flushed down the toilet.
Where's the 40% plus the women who don't have kids? What does that number look like?
40% of women don't have kids, and then 40% of the women only have kids by one man.
One guy.
Have kids. 40% of those women have kids by one man.
Can they be an option then? Like just the women in that group, the one kid and one with no kids.
Listen, I agree wholeheartedly. If a woman has one kid, for me, but I'm a man with kids, I can tell you this though. My oldest son is 19, my youngest son is 13. I'm telling my fucking son, especially a girl that's that young and that age and she's made a decision, we'll say a decision because the second time, it was a mistake. The second time is a decision. She made a mistake. My thing is she'll make a mistake again, okay? And this is from a man that knows, all right? So I'm going to tell my son in good conscience to steer away from that woman and find him another woman that he can start fresh with. He'll be the first one to have a child with, not fucking second place in our lineage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that sentiment works well. Instead, I want to hear your thoughts, and I got one more question. That sentiment works well, right? And it as a man just listening to it, and then when you make it personal, like with Big Chug, right? It is a tough recommendation. What you saying seemingly would make more sense. That would even be my preference, you know. My consideration is when we start talking about community and families and the state of it and our culture and how bad the kids are, I'm just saying, does the non-consideration of women that have kids, right, or the pushing them 100% away, as it's usually stated, although Arnold gave him clarity, does that work against us saying we care about the community? Is it a contradiction?
No. So I'm saying no, because when I said we were making, I only had one request. You said I wasn't asking for enough. So it's part of making sure the community is good, making sure we're holding to standards.
Yes.
So what I guess I keep saying math. What you have to do is you have to do a calculation. If those women are rare now, right? Since the behavior is they now have babies out of wedlock or whatever you call them, baby mamas, and if those women are now 40%, I now need to put myself in a 60 and up percentile of men. Right now, I can't afford to be average if I want those women who are in this small population now. That's just what you got to do. As an average man, I no longer could get this above average outcome. That's what you got to understand. So if you're saying, oh, these women don't have kids, I need to just understand what it's going to take to get one, because now they're rare. But just not even being Chaz, whatever they did to get here and not have kids, they here and they now have a different value than the other women with kids.
Yeah, I think one thing I was arguing before, and I want to get said in, was niggas just say absolutely no kids and then take a shitty attitude. They'll take a L on a whole bunch more shit as long as you don't have a kid, which seemed to be slightly foolish, but kids bring a whole lot of shit with them. So, go ahead, Seth.
No, you're good, bro. On this one, I mean, you can really transition to the next one, because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the communication that we are having with the women, and I think that's where where everything hits the fan. It's all about the communication. It's like we're saying certain things that we need and want, and it's looked at as a "aha, I told you so" or a tit for tat type thing. And as I've been saying, like, this whole time, it's not a tit for tat. I've been telling, just like y'all said on this panel that I've watched, because I watch them all a lot of times, that sometimes it's like, as a man, you got to talk to your women. It feels like you're talking to a child. So it's like, I'm telling my woman, don't do this. I'm telling my woman, don't do this. And then you go do it. It's like, I done told your ass to stop doing that shit. And now, look what happens. All right, now bring your ass over here. Let's get this shit together. Type shit. It's not no aha, I told you so, no none of that boo boo type shit. It's just like, I told your ass to do this. Your ass didn't want to listen. Now this shit happens. All right, now let's get this shit together. Type shit. It ain't all that other stuff. I don't relate to it. I don't see it.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
What up, buzzing, birds flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Man knows what up, he said, oh, thanks for renewing that membership. 2K, what's poppin', kid? Good to see you, man. As a fact, we're gonna link for sure, B. 2K with the $2. Shout out to my dog. Y'all hit the like button. Indeed, man. Salute to the morning show, man. I had a blast last time I was over there. Talk to 2K with the $2. Says, Hamp, y'all gotta have me on. It would be a pleasure. I got you, man. I'm gonna hit you up. Joel with the $5 says, if a woman has an income requirement but gets with a man that makes less, isn't that settling? Or was she lying about that standard? Chase Lee with the $10. What up, kid? Says, how often do we hear black women are running circles around black men? Ebony K, Rebecca Lynn, Pope, etc. Men aren't in competition with women. Men are saying why there's no competition, so stop acting like it. MC with the $10 says, the question would be, what makes a woman safe, supported, and secure? That's vague. It's actually kind of loaded.
That part.
JJ with the $5 says, kids need both of their parents. Kids don't say I want a stepdad or a stepmom. That's fair. Joel with the $10 says, Hamp, why can't single parents get with other single parents? Yeah, that's already out there. There's a disparity, though, in women and men having kids. There's already more women. So that's the thing that we're trying to account for. People should be able to start families together with others who are at the same experience level. Yeah, should and was actual, good brother, I think are the crux of the issue. Friends. Play the EBD for you at the end of the show. Salute the Friendsgiving in the building, man. We appreciate all the love and support wholeheartedly. Don't let me forget, I gotta play the EBD, and for Ezekiel, I gotta play one of the $50 drops. Aaron with the $2 says, we forget the kids must respect you and her crazy baby father. As Abe with the $5 says, many women say they are black who are not black. African American women, however, on panels, you black men are only relating stats to African American black women. This means disingenuous stats and lies. 60% thing. Jay Miller with the $5 says the only group of men that divorce more than women are stepfathers. Let that sink in. Really?
Mm.
Is that a stat?
I've never.
Didn't know.
I didn't
If
know.
that's a stat,
Wow.
that's crazy.
That-
See, Jay
that-
Miller, somebody, that's crazy. I
that's
never.
crazy.
Aaron with the $2 says, serious? Are we stalling the 2/3 being thrown out? Shay with the $2 says, imperfect people looking for a perfect mate. As A with the $5 says, first off, black men don't know, won't know if a woman has had a baby, fetus in her womb or not. Just remember that. She might be hiding it, hoodwinked.
Yikes.
Damn. I don't know if she realized what type of jacket
Yeah,
she just put on women.
Yeah,
that
she don't care. She don't care.
That's a
She hates black
crazy
people that
jacket.
much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. We don't who even knows, man.
Oh, and fantastic. Any woman that won't be a mother and has kids is worse than the woman who actually raising the kid without a father. If she got it and just I ain't raising. That's terrible.
MC Heavy says with the $10. Me and my cousin had kids by the time we were 22. This new generation is different. Only one of us and grandparents. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me get this one real quick. T Leaves, what up, Kate? With the 10 houses. We want to throw everything at the wall and see if it sticks. Other than women be better, do better. Men are doing better right now. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Okay, that one's interesting, man. Last question. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. So we hear these things all the time. Most black men are right. We hear the jail stuff. We hear the shooting and the dead stuff. Right. There's already 2 million more black men than black women. Right. All those things. We hear these things. Right. Can we agree on that? 2 million more black women than black men. Right. We dead. We in jail. Right. We poor. We homeless. All this other shit. Right. Couple that with black women being the most race loyal. So far, so good, right? I haven't said nothing we haven't heard, right? So that throws me off. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Hold on. So that throws me off when we start talking about marriage alternatives and the constructs in marriage. We started this conversation, but we didn't finish it. When we start talking about polygyny as an example, and pooling of resources and etc. Right? People get so focused on the sex part and not the communal part. Right? The familiar unit that allows more incomes to come in, right? More eyes to watch over a kid, especially if there's a disparity, coupled with the fact that black women, based on the sentiment, are race loyal. And I think we think things sound far-fetched, but this 2053 shit is the craziest, though, to me. So I'm just looking at shit like, how seriously are we taking what's coming down the road? Not to mention, we got police on every corner in Chocolate City. So is it a reach? Bugging?
you bugging.
No, no, I don't think so. I think it's inevitable. Um, if we look at, if we look at history as a starting point, right? And the overall sentiment is that things are worse than what they were, even though it's kind of not, but it's reactionary as if it is, and then that reaction is also amped up according to said rhetoric. It's going to be a worse it's going to be a worse outcome as far as plucking black men out of, you know what I mean, the potential dating pool. So then it's going to be inevitable at that point, because it was already a problem then, and that's what we're complaining about now. It was already a problem then when it was happening 30 years ago. The results of that is what we're complaining about now, and now they're talking about amping it up It's a step up from what that is, and the reaction is going to be stepped up. That's going to be even more black men pulled out with already the mindset of people thinking that the man don't have to be there because I grew up without the man being there, boys and girls, right? I don't have to be in the home. My daddy wasn't there. I don't have to have a man. My daddy wasn't in the house. So it's going to be inevitable that we are going to have to do people are going to have to share, especially if we're low key sharing now, it's not out in the open. You see what I'm saying? It's just not necessarily agreed upon as far as everybody coming together with it. So yeah, I don't think it's a far reach at all. I think it's just a progression of things that's been happening.
That's what I'm saying. We looking at all of this stuff, right? Hard fought on the women having kids thing, but like, what's the real considerations? You know what I'm saying? Because where do the concessions lie for people who say they care about their community? Mufasa, you want to go?
Hey, they're gonna watch this motherfucker burn, Hamp. They're gonna watch this motherfucker burn. They don't care nothing about saving the community. All you gotta do is ask them a hard question. Hell no, we ain't doing none of that. And my thing is this. Hold on, I'll go ahead and I didn't say this before. We look at the state of the community, how many single mothers we're having. Polygyny is the way out. We said that they outnumber us, and then you talking about the ones on the bottoms with the kids with no fathers. That's the way out. And guess what? It's not just from the man perspective. I mean, from the woman perspective, from the man perspective. Because guess what, Hamp? That means that the good niggas like we know them, they're gonna have to make a sacrifice. Because you ain't asking the niggas who the bad ones not to do it. You asking the good ones to do it. This is what we talking about, the alternative in terms of what we can have. But we're so selfish, we can't even think past what we want right now. So fuck the community. It's about you. I'm gonna keep my man to myself. I'm gonna keep my resources to myself and not help nobody. So let's go ahead and be honest. It's not about the community. We can't let go of our selfish ways. So it's gonna be what it is in 2053.
Tiff, you want to go or?
Yeah, because it's some bullshit. Like, excuse me, I know we ain't supposed to cuss, but if 30% of people, black men are married, and 29%, like, you have a whole lot of non-married people. So I'm with Mufasa when marry your baby daddy or marry your baby mama. When we get there and then there's nobody else left, I can get there with you. But we got plenty of people that's got kids that's not married together. So before we start trying to give second and third wives to one man, how about you marry the person that you had that child by? And if you don't want to have kids and have to be married, then keep them legs closed and control your seat a little better, sir. That's what we need to be saying. That's how you get the community together. But the people that have the kids together, let those people get married first. There's no need to be talking about second and third wives when people that initially are making children are not together. No.
All right. So what's going to happen is you're going to have several women still left by themselves, like a whole lot, right? Just because of all the things in which we named, right? So for those women, what do you say?
Are these women that are virtuous, that they're chastened, and then they are able to be in community with the chaotic, or able to be in a community with DJ Hemp as aunties? They're chastened, they've taken about celibacy. Like, we're nowhere near talking about
No.
second, third
So
wives.
the answer is no. The answer is no.
We're not there. We're nowhere.
No.
We're nowhere near there.
What are you talking about?
If only 30% of black men are married, and only 26 to 27% of black women are married, you have a whole lot of people that are not married. So why would we be even considering people taking on additional spouses when it's people that don't have one?
Well, because even if it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, so you're still having people out there by themselves. So I guess my question is, with the race loyal thing being touted, what do you say for those women? And this is a serious thing, and we so caught up in who the people are sleeping with, right?
It's not about sex.
It's about the microcosm that needs to be created to be successful in terms of community. So
So you
What
can
would be your recommendation?
you can be in community and you can be in tribe and you can serve the community and serve a family and not be having sex with the man.
It's
You
just
do
not
not
gonna
have to be
work.
married to be able to help
It's
somebody.
okay. So you keep saying can. Are the majority of women going to accept that fate, Tiff?
I think
Are
a
we
majority of, I believe more women would buy into being in a tribe and helping than you could convince them to be a second or third wife. I
with no
absolutely believe.
okay? So with no intimacy, with no type of companionship, you're only serviceable. You think the majority? You said most, which would mean the majority. You think most women are going to accept that lot in life and in society?
I absolutely
Seriously?
don't. I don't believe the majority of women are going to settle for second and third wife status. I think that
Well,
they would.
hold on.
No,
Hold
you
on.
asked me a question. And I'm telling you,
Yep,
no, I don't think they would do it, and I think a lot of women would die first. I think a lot
Exactly.
of women
Fuck
would
the
die.
community.
you keep but you still I'm not saying you dodged my question. I'm gonna say you're not understanding. The wife part will entail sex and intimacy and companionship. You said be an auntie, be a mother in the village. I'm saying that without any of the wife shit
I
because
think,
you're talking about celibacy and
yes,
all this
I
other
think there
thing.
are a lot of women that would be part of community that way.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
crazy. You can't, Tiff. You whatever you
That's not
smoking, you need to sell it. You need to
Okay.
sell it. Stop it.
No, I
Women
just
are not gonna accept that shit, bro.
yeah, I think that's what I'm simply saying, right? When we don't consider things that we need to give more credence to, I just saying we don't actually take shit seriously because the extreme measures, I just don't think people really understand where we are,
You
right?
don't think being a second
And
or third wife?
furthermore, that they don't, and furthermore, they don't care, right? So, and that's what Mufasa was saying. The fact that you're saying that women would rather die means that we really ain't taking shit seriously.
But the option is be a second or third wife or be in community with the family that I love that I can support, and that
It's,
was shunned. Like that would never happen.
what we're saying is, well, no,
Part
what I'm
of
saying is,
men.
oh, boy, what I'm saying is that's unrealistic.
It's not
That's
unrealistic.
that's
It's not.
unrealistic, right? Because so
Ignore
what it is the marriage constructs have there's an agreement there, right? There's levels to everything, but you're saying she should be able to reap all the benefits, and then I guess she can like go out and do what she wants, or have sex with other women's wives. Like what happens? Like
Are
because
you?
the vow of celibacy is unrealistic, right? Because that doesn't even exist. Chastity doesn't even exist, right? So the woman's gonna close her legs for the rest of her life.
And furthermore, we're talking about women most likely that are already had
All I'm
multiple kids.
talking about is again when the
Hold on,
numbers of unmarried people are so high. Like, how
you
is
cut me
this
off.
a solution? How is this a
Okay,
solution?
well, we're trying to get you to understand what we're saying. I don't think you're considering the situations. So the people you're talking about would be the women that are least desired. That would be the women that have multiple kids by multiple men already, which clearly means she has an affinity for sex. Okay, so now you're telling the woman that in the group of women that have a history clearly of sex because she has multiple kids by multiple men, that she's now going to be the only woman in the group that's not getting any sex or intimacy, Tiff.
Shouldn't she
What
be?
woman is going to sign up for that?
So wait, so she has more children, she has multiple baby fathers, she has an opportunity to have a man raise her children. No, you do not have the opportunity to sleep with this person, but your children are in a safe, provided environment.
Sounds
Because
good.
based on what you've done, based on your behavior, you're not going to be able to be
So
married. So
Tiff,
what you're saying is the women that are chasing and they wait and they're first wives. Let me bring this
they
second
don't
wife,
exist.
4, 5, 6 different baby
They
daddies.
don't. They, well, no,
First
we're talking about. So
wife,
let me just interject this point. Wait, Tiff, we're talking about reality, right? So the
we are.
chassing women don't exist, right?
That's not true.
It's very, 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 very few and far between,
Far
But that's
between.
not don't
right?
exist.
So now that we understand that, right?
Let's not be
But don't but
hyperbolic.
don't but don't but don't mistake my hyperbole, right? Because
Okay.
you're talking to me for as though I don't understand, right? So now that we know that it's me talking, right, and I understand hyperbole well, right? We understand what the landscape is, right? So this is where we are, right? So here's the thing: when you're saying that Men should not discard women who already have children by other men, right? Which is a difficult task for a man to take on and want to take on, right? That is in the same boat as this. But because we're so accustomed to seeing men deal with women that have kids by other men, we see it as a standard and regular. But that is a tall feat. So now we're saying we are in dire straits. Literally, last topic, we need to consider women with kids because shit is hitting the fan. Now we're here. We're saying, hey, these constructs matter most. Resources, affection, love, protection for the kids and her. Do we need to consider subscribing to this so we can be successful as a community? And when we are absolute in our no, I'm saying we need to be quiet about how much we care about our communities now.
And if you find women that are willing to do that, God bless and Godspeed.
What does that mean?
They don't care.
And that's what I mean.
You're saying they don't exist. You acknowledge this whole point.
God bless and Godspeed. If there are women that are willing to do that, and you have men that are willing to do that, and they're willing to take that on, if that's what works for the family, so be it. I don't think all women are gonna sign up for it.
And we agree. And so now you're agreeing with what we're saying. That don't matter, right, Tiff? That would be the case. Just real quick. That's what beggars would be choosers. So now we have the women that are the least of the group saying what they not gonna do and what they not gonna accept. But they are the main people saying, help me with these kids. Help me raise these kids. My kids need a daddy. My kids need a mentor. Do you see the problem we're talking about?
So let me ask you a question. There is an overwhelming amount of black men that not only want to have one wife, but they want to have multiple wives to save the community.
No, we don't. This is what we're saying. It's a sacrifice on both sides.
Right.
This is a possible solution. We're not saying that no, most niggas don't want one wife. First off, let's start there.
We don't.
But we're saying in order to fix the situation, men are going to change the mentality to fix it to where, hey, I'm going to take care of not only one woman, but multiple women, and provide, protect, all those things, so on and so forth, whatnot, what have you, including the women that have had some shaky backgrounds or previous choices. They're just like, you'll be the fourth or fifth string wife.
Okay.
You said those women would rather die, and I disagree. I agree with you.
When you're saying when you say non-desirables, if we're talking about the 7 women that are, please, I just want your name. Okay.
Yo, it's and that's what I mean, man. We don't really take shit seriously.
No, I'm dead ass.
Because the lack of consideration, even the disparity is it's a minority of men that would take on more than one wife, right? Because the disparity is, what's the disparity amongst us? If you count niggas in jail, niggas dead, the 2 million difference, what, about 3 to 1 maybe?
It's not 3 to 1. It's 1 point something, but it's not. It's not that. But it's
2 to 1, right? So it's not even talking about everybody, But we giving real considerations to, because we're doing bad, right? We're not doing well, and they're dispatching people in our neighborhoods to the police them to the point where, I mean, and I'm just looking at this shit like, yo, to leave women out there by themselves, for a woman to recommend that or go ahead and die is selfish. And I'm looking at the kids too and all that, because the kids get considered in that, but somehow they get missed because she's focused on herself. See, that's the part that and this is why I put these two topics right next to each other, because the consideration is about how she feels rather than everything that could be benefited and gained from this potential construct.
Her feelings and her desire outweigh the community, HAMP. It could outweigh the whole entire race. We didn't even go to down the lane of, hey, how about if you're going to have a kid and not get married, at least have a kid and not get married to a nigga that's about some shit. But then
we only gotta go. Right, let's just stay right here, right? Because we already fought about the kid thing, right? We already fought about that, and I'm saying, yo, the lack of consideration for that, right, leaves the community shaky. And that's what I'm saying. When we talking seriously, let's talk seriously. Yes, pick better, vet better, right? We had that conversation that we blew in the face. But now this seems like something that's just so far-fetched, and we telling men at the same time, take on kids that ain't yours. That's a dangerous situation for men.
Yeah.
So wouldn't the remedy be to talk to young women and not have them put themselves in this position and to say that you
It's
need
not gonna
to
work.
Yeah,
It's not been working.
They're going to be
It's not
put
been
into
working.
that even if she did everything right, no kids, all of that kind of stuff, right? Kept her leg closed, kept herself chaste and everything.
She's still
She's
here.
going to be put into that situation, not even because of her own volition. It's going to be because of what is going on with the ramping up of plucking black men out of the community. And even if they're not even completely plucked out, if they're going ahead and they have that record, that still damages his earning potential.
So then she's going to have to work with somebody with a damaged record.
Yeah, everybody's going to be working with somebody that got some kind of damage.
I got you, and I'm there. I'm not at a point where we need to be talking about multiple wives, when we need to talk about people that are in relationships, maintaining them, the behaviors of people that are single, and then talking about marrying before you carry. And if
That's
y'all
what we're talking about. I know.
Nope.
Hey, Kelly, let me just baseline this real quick and see. This is why this is important, because this is an actual issue. It's not a theoretical, right? In 2053, I'll be 70, right? Right? 70? Yeah. I'm 39, 49.
Nigga, I was born in 83, so ain't no way you gonna be 70.
How old I'm gonna be? How old is that?
Whatever you subtract that by however many years, 80 what?
You'll be late 60s, because I'll be in my 70s by 2050.
You see what I mean? So what we're actually talking about is a real life issue happening right now. There is no theoretical, oh, you got to switch it around and tell her close her legs. Her legs been open already.
And we only talked for 30 years.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about, yo, these women with kids. What do we actually do? That's what we're talking about. It's a real conversation. And you know what's ill about it, Mr. Fantastic? It's for Big Chug, but it's really like all us single people right here, right now, that need to fix this shit or at least repairs into some way. Because with the policing, niggas is going to jail more, shit getting shut down, right? He dispatching that shit everywhere, right? And I'm not even talking about is it effective? You feel me? I'm just talking about what's happening, who getting locked up. When we kill each other, the nigga who killed him is gone, and the nigga who's dead is gone, right? So there's a lot of compounded issues here, you know? So what do we actually consider? Or we just don't really take this shit serious, I guess.
There's no choice but to take it serious. We can't go on ahead. I mean, it's not like us. We old, okay. We already gonna be done set down by now. What we can do is kind of affect and try to stall 2053. But in this discussion right now, 2053 is, if not already here, just about here. So what are we gonna do then? Is what this discussion is about. It doesn't affect us. And we can't sit here and say what we're going to go ahead and do and what we're going to go ahead and not accept. I don't have to worry about sharing. I'm going to be 75 years old. That's not a discussion for me. That's a discussion for the younger ones coming up. Should we have to be in this situation, we have to go on ahead and tell them to have an open mind that this is the position that you might be in, and you might want to go on ahead and consider it if things progress the way that they are currently.
Callie, if you, I just need to move real quick, Mufasa, just to slightly correct it. Nah, Callie, because we ain't married either. Mm-hmm. So it's everybody in real time. Feel me? Like it's everybody in real time. You know, because if our at 39, 40, 41, we couple together, there's more money in that household too. And now what happens? What's the push? What's the trajectory for those kids that also probably most likely already have kids in that house? You know, so it's real. That's all I'm saying. You know, go ahead. You can finish it. R move faster. I think we're about to jump in.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and if you are one of those that has kids that are like under a certain age, then yeah, no, right now might be the time for that, because guess what? That kid needs a father figure. So it's not just like, oh, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you don't. Your kids might not be old enough, but what if somebody who's 40 who got a 4-year-old and the father ain't nowhere around?
Then she needs to go out and find people for her people to be around. HAMP is a really good mentor. I'm sure Fantastic has mentored kids. The solution is not, oh, well, I'm by myself, let me go find a husband. No, what the hell? Raise your kids. You got a kid here. Like, I don't understand this. What is the issue with if you have children being a part of a tribe and keeping your fucking legs closed? You put that work in, sis. You had all the D you can handle. Raise your kids within this tribe, be respectful, take care of everybody else, and let your kids reap the benefits. That doesn't mean you have to get married.
Okay, but again,
but she needs some authority, and her husband going to give you authority.
If she's in a tribe and there's a man that's over that tribe, and the authority is him, she doesn't have to sleep with him for him to be over her.
I mean, you keep running from that. Is a woman going to accept that? Is a woman going to accept direction?
Accept authority for people that they don't have sex with.
Hold on. That woman's going to accept direction, but no affection? Get the fuck out of here, Tiff. Stop.
If that man is protecting her and her children and they have a role model, if she can't get under the authority of a man for the betterment of her children, she's a selfish woman, and she surely don't need to be second, third, or no kind of wife at all.
Clearly.
Yeah. No, I think there's a silver lining here though, right? Just like we kind of met at the other one. Even though Mr. Fantastic was mostly like, man, the hell with that shit. Arnold said, hey, if I consider her with a kid, she gotta have great behavior, right? Because he asking for compliance, cooperation, all that shit, right? He's saying, if I'm gonna concede that, she gotta behave greatly, right? See, there's a silver lining there. Callie say shit get real quick, right? You out here right now, dolo. To be under a man's covering may behoove you. That's real. It's a real consideration, right? I mean, and Tiff is saying, hell no. Nah.
No, I'm saying there's other ways for her to have protection and cover, to be covered.
It's just not how it works.
Not that's how you don't think it should work. But
well, that's not true, right? So I'm biblically speaking, right? That's not what the prophecy is. That's all.
Father or husband, that's it.
And how many? What? Okay.
I'm just saying this. I'm 45. My daddy is all the way already in his 70s now. Any backup, protection, or provision that I will be getting is about to expire because he older in age.
Yeah.
You don't have any uncles.
That's real. That's real, Callie.
They all about the same age.
That's a real see that impacts me.
They got their own daughters.
And you know what? My brother, I
got cousins.
And my brother has passed. And you know who looks out for me? My other living uncles, because they step in. When black men need to step in because somebody is now uncovered because somebody has passed, you know what happens? The other men in the family step up. Because what I don't believe would happen to me is that I'm going to have to be 7th, 8th, 9th wife to get some type of provision. I refuse to believe that my family will have me out there like that. If that's where the people are, that is what it is. But I'm a first. I didn't sign up to have no 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Did not want and ain't.
Yeah. But the point is that if there are men, right, that's older than you, they're all about the same age. So what the expiration date is going to expire within 2 and 3 intervals after all the backups is there, after all the backups is gone. So and then on my other side, of the family, there's one man, one.
And you have
I got a whole bunch of aunties and one uncle.
But you have 3 sons. So out of your 3 sons, you feel like they're not going to have you out there like that, even if together those 3 have to pull to take care of you.
And they're going to have their own families.
And they still going to take care of their mama.
Not to.
Yeah, no. Right. So what it is right? We are doing so poorly, right? And we refuse to make some real considerations. And then we don't see ourselves behaving poorly. We always go to the extremes to point out poor behavior. But I mean, the truth is we are selfish people for sure, you know? So because of the selfish nature, I think that we're going to lose out and miss out on a whole lot of potential opportunities. But I mean, I ain't, it's just a conversation about being unserious.
No, but sharing men is the only solution. So me saying let's give them,
Well,
let's,
that can't be. Well, the reason why I can't allow it to finish is because we went through several topics, right?
Yeah, we're
So,
not
so
saying
quite literally, you know that that's not what was presented this evening. But
no,
then
I'm
people
talking
just
about
in
this one.
well, then you know that wouldn't be the only solution. We went through several topics, so that wouldn't even make sense to say, right? But this is a portion of the conversation that needs to be had for real, for real. Because what will happen is, right, my obligation is to my kids, right? So now if I have to make a decision and it's between my sister, my kids, my wife, what happens, right? And so as opposed to be put in that position, right, for her to be put in that position, it would behoove her to get a husband, right, who his obligation is to her directly, right?
first, exactly, and not be
Yeah,
subsidiary and not be way down the line.
yeah,
And
that's
that's what we're
what we
talking about.
saying.
So she gets the
Yeah,
same benefit. The first wife gets the same benefits as the seventh wife.
That's correct.
Yes.
You know.
yeah, but that's what we're saying though. But
So
like you said,
wow.
but I don't know. Listen, bro. Um, this um this shit is a really really hard situation when we actually break it down and have conversations like these. Shout out to Hamp. Have a real serious conversation about this shit. It's not just a he did or she did or he said she said or tit for tat. That's really not what it is, man. Like I told y'all, man, I had this brother I ran into. What's the name? We truly are sick, bro. We sick. All right, and I don't mean that in like really a derogatory way or so on and so forth. But I'm saying that there's so many important facets of society and just a demographic that we lack in, and nobody takes it serious enough to even. Oh, it ain't that deep, nigga. Oh, nigga, it ain't that serious, right? When, like you said, bro, we are literally on the clock, but because ignorance is bliss, and the majority of people had never even heard this concept, Hamp, how we gonna fix it?
Yeah. Yeah, and we just putting stuff on the table, right, to give real consideration. And I'm just saying, when we say we serious about our people and we love our people, this potentially exposes how unserious we ain't because of what we willing to do, not to do, accept or not to accept. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be putting our neck out there with these kids and these YNs, or being a second or third wife, or dealing with a woman that has kids, because so many of them have kids. And if we leave the kids out there exposed, what's the result of those kids? Showing up on time, right? Making sense out of grammatically incorrect speech, you know, fourth grade reading levels, just a lot of shit that we be acting like we care about, but then we're not really making the sacrifice or the concessions, So that's why I wanted to converse with y'all about it. But if we stay where we are, it just proves the point of the title because of how we feel about a situation, right? So, I mean, it is what it is.
Gotta do whatever it takes, man. I mean, I just look at it like I think we're not willing to do whatever it takes, him. So we just doing what we doing now and hoping it works by 2053. We just praying that it works.
Yeah. And largely it's carnality, right?
Yeah.
What we want for ourselves. MC, everything to themselves. Our grandparents. Oh, that's what you were saying. I was trying to read it. I couldn't quite understand it. Okay. Hakeem with the 10 houses. Hamp and Mr. Fantastic. I just looked it up, and apparently percentage rate for stepdads to leave or initiate divorce is around 61% for a survey study in 2013. I don't know what the new numbers are. Okay. What's the website? I say with the $5 says, y'all keep looking for the perfect person. You'll be disappointed every time. Men and women are flawed. That's true. Aaron with the $2 says, if God says 7 wives to 1 man, why fight the word? Aaron with the $2 says, me included. We have to stop fighting God's word. Victim Olympics with the $5 says, I wish my husband would bring baby mamas with a lot of crumb snatchers in here talking about polygamy. Get to stepping. That's funny. As A with the $5 says, the number of black women in stats are not African American black women. That's why black women lead in abortions, failed marriages, most STDs, etc. These are not true African American black women. You black men are discussing his lies.
Yeah, the thing about that, just real quick, those non-8 FBA or ADOS black women make up less than 10% of the population. So please stop with the bullshit.
Aaron with the $2 says, Tiff, just say the truth. You don't want to share. Aaron with the $2 says, bad example, but look at G Herbo baby mama's video. I'm not looking at this. Mike Brown with the $5 says, Tiff, wouldn't you be second, third when it comes to your uncles, brothers, etc.? Purnell, what's popping?
Wow.
My G, appreciate you, God. I'm gonna play the $50 in a second because we about to get out of here. Deborah with the $5 said, and welcome. I think I've seen you a couple times, but good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Deborah with the $5 says, Mr. Fantastic, do you know the stats on how many men are marrying baby mamas? Because it seems like there's a good number of them who are. No, for sure. And that's what I'm saying, that it happens. That's actually one of the things I was confounded by, Mr. Fantastic and Mufasa, I would say, and Callie and Tiff, is that when people were saying they didn't date baby mothers, I never seen that growing up. You know what I'm saying? I never see men like kind of like ostracize or push them away. Like I seen them just date them like regular. You see her outside, boom, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it depending on where you from, you might even know the dude, but they don't fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, I seen it often. I never seen nobody like shun the woman with a kid before. You know, I never just grew up like around that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Cal, what you think, man? Good shit today. Any final thoughts?
Wow.
Learn your history and learn how to project from that and look at what's going on around you and see how it fits.
Yeah. Mufasa, good work today.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, look, we got to make sacrifices, all right, especially in life, in the community. Our grandparents did. Our great grandparents did. They stayed married for 60, 70 years. They were married at a high clip. What sacrifices are y'all willing to make? And don't just say a few of you willing to get married, because we know the majority of us are not willing to do it. So we as a group have to decide to make a sacrifice, at least what our parents did. And that means that both sides, we're gonna have to grill a little bit, we're gonna have to concede a little bit and make it work together. Or 2053, here we come. Net. Appreciate you, Hamp. Thank you, bro.
Man. I appreciate you, bro, for sure, man. Miss Tiff. Any final thoughts?
Young ladies, control the controllable. Understand that having a child at any point is a liability. Marry before you carry. Have your own personal standards and ensure that you are doing things the right way that you can, and understand that you don't want to be second, third, fifth, sixth, or seventh wife. So move accordingly. Be very aware of how your actions can impact you and your children.
Mr. Fantastic.
Brother.
Yeah, man. Hey, 2053 is right around the corner. You're less than 30 years down, and all of us 40-year-olds can tell you just how quick 30 years will go by before you even know it. Put yourself in the proper place that you need to put yourself financially, mentally, spiritually, all those different things, man. And let me be clear, that's not going to be all of black people, but it is going to be a substantial number. And we know, hey, nobody is ever saved. Everybody's never saved, not even in the comic books, the movies, and none of that shit. Okay, but please tell as many people as you can tell, man, because like I said, a lot of people are unaware of this, and let them know just how serious this shit is. Dr. Claude Anderson, for everybody that hasn't seen it themselves, don't just take our word for it. Go look it up for yourself. Dr. Claude Anderson, 2053, and that's everything you need to know.
Word, man. No, it's appreciate y'all, man. I think I did a good job. It's interesting, right? When you look at ideas that you never quite heard being presented before, and I see an instant or absolutely not, you know. And again, when I'm thinking about the community, there's so many things that we just don't consider and think we got all the answers, but we overwhelmingly haven't had good results for a long time. And so now with all the calculations, propaganda, statistics, social media, we can see everything that's happening. We say we are worried about DC and how that's going to be a takeover. Without families, there's way less resistance, right? an army isn't a bunch of single people, right? You need leadership and you need similar ideas to try to effectuate change. But us being separate ain't gonna get it. But we overwhelmingly selfish, right? And I'm speaking for Black people specifically, not to say everybody else isn't. But I don't know, man. It's concerning to me. We introduce new ideas and they instantly get shot down because of our, I guess, what we always been taught, man. So it's interesting, man. But this was a hell of a show. 3 hours. We did an awesome fucking job. Good job. It was tough conversations, but I think we got through them pretty well, and everybody will be able to formulate their own opinions, right? Damn, man. Let me play these supers. Y'all can get out of here if you want. I just want to make sure I acknowledge the 50 balls and shit like that.
I want to dance. Let her ho, let her ho, let her ho.
Panel was popping. Salute, my G. Appreciate you.
Other outside is human. She turn up her location. She must think I'm stupid. She wanna run the street, so let her ho, let her ho, let her ho. She doesn't show signs of stopping. So who am I to be cock blocking? I really hate to see you go. Let her ho, let her ho, let her ho.
Salute, my G. I appreciate you, good brother. Let me play this one for Zeke. Let me see.
Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you will cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up. Put the blood on me face just like a makeup.
Hey man, everybody jump in the Discord if you can, man. I'm sure the conversation will continue. It's what's it called? Something Thursday. Thursday, man. Salute. We'll be back. Music, fun, laughter, all that good stuff, man. I'll definitely be sharing if I make any more guest appearances. It's pretty cool being a panelist at times.
Oh, you gotta play the EBD one too.
I'm about to, yes, man. But this one was really real, man. So I hope y'all got a lot out of it. You know, people who are dismissive, I get it. You know, we just trying to have the conversation, hopefully in a different way. So I hope y'all appreciated it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man.
And we out.
Like, share, subscribe. Where the hell you be at?
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Mm-hmm. And we out. Where the fuck is he at? My timing is
Don't
off.
forget September the what is it? When you're doing your block party, the biggest black party in DC?
Yeah, September the 6th.
There we go.
Where the fuck is he at? Huh? Oh, there you go.
Get your tickets.
Hey, hey, get him, What's wrong? That's
Yo, even you gotta stand up, bro. You gotta stand up. You gotta stand up. Hey, stand up.
Hit him. Okay. That's how you do it. That's what I'm talking about. Hurt him. Traveling. This one I'm traveling. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Closed-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got a demo tape and nobody want to hear, but it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.